Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's another day of the week. It's Tuesday, and I did a video last night which some didn't like and some did like. It had nothing to do with anything about the stuff here, but rather it was an experiment to further a tarot reading from another tarot artist to find out more details of what she was trying to say. And in doing the video, it would find that the verse got so complicated because her initial reading was complicated. And my reading certainly was complicated. So, not a good thing. People just absolutely did not understand how frustrating it was, because in order to interface into her video or into her tarot, I had to basically do tarot similar to what she was doing. And so I did that, and we had absolutely unable to connect to chat. What sounds like the YouTube is up to something. It's weird because I'm streaming, but for some reason the the chat isn't connected. I don't know why. But, yeah, it seems to have been disconnected. It's just weird, because I don't understand that. So, the first thing is, a lot of people, there was 4 likes. It was late. It really came out really late this morning. I mean, I think it was finally uploaded about 4, and then after I added the proper stuff I needed to, like I promised I would list or I'd cite my sources, and putting that video link in there and everything else. The video went live about 5-ish in the morning, and it was okay, but I don't really know why. Something's going on here with the live stream. Unable to connect to chat. It's kind of odd. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on here, YouTube? What are you doing this time to me? Why can't I see my live chat? Show me the video comments I need to see. Show me the... Oh, there we go. Thank you. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, it was, like I said, it was a really interesting video, because I actually had to put my mind, apparently, into Virgo Goddess's perspective of how she does her readings, and I just wasn't ready for that. It was just like, dude, this reading is intense. I just sat there and it was like, you gotta fling, read cards, fling dozens and dozens of cards, dozens and dozens of decks. I don't know if I'd like to comment, but whatever. Anyway, so I just was like, so like I said in the reading video halfway through, I said, I'd like a second opinion. Which I thought was kind of funny. I said, let's try a simpler way. How you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm alive, I'm breathing. So, if you get a chance, take a look at it this morning. It's kind of interesting. Also, Stan CT wants to remind you that we need to consider some more tarot decks. He mentioned something about you can only lay a gift like 3 times or something before the deck means no value at all. I don't know if I never heard of that. I'm sure the tarot readers set by their own decks. It's okay, I got home a bit, but I will have to go in the cover. What does that mean, Andrew? Oh, let me get the panel open before I forget. Yeah. Get the panel open. Yeah, and this is... So... Okay, it works. Microphone's on. Okay. Yes, yes. How you doing, Andrew? Oh, I didn't get a chance to look at Twitch. I will have to look at... I'm sorry, Twitter. I'll have to look at Twitter. Let's see. Gmeet. Yes, Stan CT is in Connecticut. Copy. Let's see, I get Andrew on here. Okay, let me say lifting message on Twitch. Sorry about that. Alright, so let's see what he said to me on Twitch. Alright. Let's see. Actually sent it to you on Twitter. Alright, I'm gonna go to Twitter. Look there. Okay, I see one. I probably will not be able to manage online today. We'll definitely be able to manage online tomorrow. Okay. Sorry about that. Well, anyway, like I said, the tarot reading was actually very interesting. I did like it. Okay. Skynet's here. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey.
How's Sleeping Beauty doing?
Well, I didn't really sleep much. I just got up about 8:30 this morning, as usual. Right, I got it. I got it, Krista. Yep. Twitter, yep.
Is Ed letting you sleep in your bed now?
Yeah, Ed's sleeping in my bed right now.
What?
John Heyman says, I read in your Discord that Stan CT takes ever. I don't think so, because first of all,
did you see Stan TT's boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever the fuck?
The who's boyfriend? Oh,
Stan CT?
I saw the picture. I don't know what to make of that picture. You know, because people Photoshop shit all the time.
Looks like Amadeus or something.
I don't know. Do you think Pelosi will end up going to Hong Kong and making China angry? I'm sure she's going to go to Hong Kong because that was one of her commitments. Krista says, not as far as I know, John Heyman, I don't think that is true that Stan thinks Afro-American transvestites. He's happily married. He has a wife. He has children. Again, if that's somebody's idea of a joke, to discredit him and his family, I don't find it acceptable personally. His answer's here. Let's get him on here. Good morning.
Morning, afternoon, Michelle. How you doing? Hey, Hobo. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey, what's up?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's
How
good.
was work last night?
It didn't happen last night. That's why I'm having to go back in.
What didn't happen
Oh,
last
shit.
night? Why do I feel like I just missed half of a conversation?
Sorry.
I said, what did not happen last night?
Work.
Oh.
What had happened, Michelle? I decided to take it off and put white stuff all over my face. When I say white stuff, it was pseudo creme.
Oh, okay.
And I looked quite strange, and it was fun, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
How much does
Really?
cocaine go for these days over there?
What was this white stuff? What was it, whipped cream or something?
No, it was pseudo creme.
Oh.
What's pseudo creme?
It's like a thing for acne scarring.
Oh.
Oh, acne scarring.
Something
Okay.
like that.
Does it
Yeah,
get you
because
fucked? Does it get you fucked up?
if it did, I'd be using it all the time.
Oh.
So you have a lot of
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
you have a lot of scarring from. So you
Yeah,
have a
I
lot of
do.
scarring from
Yeah,
acne.
and yeah, I do. Yeah, and I still get
Okay.
it to this day. You know. And so I had it on my face, and I looked like, and I was getting messages on email saying, this is just as bad as blackface and stuff like that. And I thought, oh my god! So eventually I had to take it off. And
They thought you were being racist.
Yeah, white. Pretty much, you know.
Well, I'm not a dermatologist, but I do find that interesting. Do you still have a lot of acne breakouts even now, or?
Absolutely, yeah. I get tons, even at my age. You know.
Okay, so
It's
did you
just
talk to your
something I've
doctor
had
about
since.
that yet? See if maybe there's something, there's an underlying cause.
Yeah, but Michelle, I've had it since 12 years old, and what's happened is they've switched me onto so many different medications, and they do work. But you have to get your liver checked because these things can affect your liver as well. So
Yeah.
you have to wait up. You know, do you want your liver damaged or do you want your face damaged? You know. I would say I would rather have my face damaged.
Let me
but,
answer Queen of YouTube's question. The Magic the Gathering is not tarot cards. It's a game that you play among friends. It's not tarot cards. I suppose if you wanted to try to play tarot cards like a game among friends, it would be kind of unusual and strange.
It would not work.
I don't think it would work either, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Michelle.
What?
How's Edward's Crabs doing?
Hopefully biting as hard as possible.
Edward's crabs. Does Edwards have crabs? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I did a live stream last night, Michelle, and Schmeckle came on, and
okay, Paul wants to come on now. Oh man,
a few people came on, and it was good. It was good fun.
I gotta get this work call, but I'll be back.
Go ahead, Paul.
No problem, mate.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I'm good.
So,
I'm no longer white
Queen
face.
of YouTube was asking you, what about Magic the Gathering? And I explained that the difference is Magic the Gathering is a role-playing card game. It's not even in the same class as tarot.
Magic. Sorry, Paul. Magic the Gathering is actually quite a fun game.
Yeah, it's better than tarot, Michelle.
Yeah.
I played it long ago, but I don't remember how to play it. But I
don't think you played it. I doubt that. Where's Skynet at? Did we lose him? I thought Skynet was up here.
I think he's just popping out for a call or something.
Oh, fair enough.
Krista
So you guys
says,
still dying
Paul,
in this heat of
you
ours?
don't like the tarot card readings. You believe it's BS. I like them. Krista, that Michelle cannot evict him out of the apartment if she will be evicted if she tries to kick him out. His agreement is to pay Jimmy, the landlord, $400 a month to stay there. Right. I don't have the legal right to evict him out. We already covered this over and over again. I'm not
No,
covering
because
it
Jimmy's
again.
the landlord, of course. Yeah, but you can always you could always put in a complaint to Jimmy. You could always say to Jimmy, "I might involve the authorities if he
Well, the problem is
continues to
Jimmy is
abuse
just
me
a
and stuff like
stubborn
that."
old
You know,
Aries. He's a stubborn old ram, and he's not going to change.
he
He's,
will be stubborn when they taser him and take it the fucker out.
you know, so, but I think for future rental agreements, because he's doing with a lot of tenants now, is that he should agree that all the tenants got utilities included in the rent. Basically, the money
Okay.
he's charging you, he's using to pay the apartment's electric bill. Okay.
So it's on a contract basically, is what you're saying.
So what he's saying, he wants to turn it back into a rooming house, pretty much.
And does he have the right to do that?
Yes, he does. He owns the building.
Okay. No, all right. Okay, I thought you were talking about Ed. Yeah, I can imagine Jimmy does because Jimmy owns the building. That's obvious. Yeah.
So, but clearly there is an ethical issue because of the fact that I was already an existing tenant. But at the same time, he's doing the same thing with other apartments now, or he's renting them out by the room
Okay.
in shared facilities. The only problem is one of the tenants is going to be, well, at least me anyway. I don't know if it's the same thing with 10. I think 10's doing it differently. So maybe 10's doing it differently. Maybe in 10,
Yeah,
Jimmy's
maybe.
taking care of the electric and is actually paying the electric out of the rental parts
I
of
doubt it,
his
Michelle.
person.
I doubt it. Yeah, Jimmy doesn't seem like that type of guy who would. And Michelle, I'm looking at a 2-bedroom apartment for $1,000 right down the street from you.
Yeah, but we don't have
Oh,
2,000.
that's not bad.
Yeah, 2-bedroom for $200 cheaper.
Maybe.
But-
Sure, that's something you
But
should
that
look
doesn't
into.
that doesn't cover the
God.
moving cost of getting stuff.
Right?
from
Yeah,
point.
you know, Michelle. There's always something. I know. Yeah.
But Michelle, but there's people there that are willing to help you move these things. You know, and
Now,
for
by
free,
the way,
I would say, especially Stan CT or something like
Sherry Heaton Love is looking for a new place. Okay.
that. Hey, Gianni.
And so, if anybody is in the Winston area, contact me and I will relay your information to Sherry.
Oh, Cherry. Yeah.
Right now, she's trying to find homes for her cats and her dog. Okay. She only gets her $1,000 income. But she kind of really wants a place for herself.
I think when you've got pets and things like that, that does sort of like put a different slant on things, you know, because, you know, you become attached to your animals. They become part of the family and stuff like that. So
I agree.
I get that totally. Yeah.
I would be devastated if someone told me I had to get rid of my cat just to find another place to live. I would definitely not be able to do that comfortably.
Mm.
Considering that Rusty is part of my life. You know, Rusty is the cat that has been there for me through thick and thin. And would...
Well, all you got to do is pick him up and take him to the new house.
You know, it's nice. It's nice if you can take them with you to a new apartment, but landlords do charge pet fees, pet deposits, and that does add in. Especially people right now are financially concerned if they're going to be able to pay the bills because of the economy.
Have you checked whether the new apartment, or Paul, have you checked if the new apartment accept animals? Or like
A lot of
farms?
them do not. A lot of them do not.
Yeah, I know they don't, but some do. You know.
Right. So that's
I'm
just another issue
That doesn't
altogether.
matter. She's not going anywhere.
No, I know.
Michelle, if she won the lottery, she would fix up that shithole she's living in now. She's never moving. Michelle's never going anywhere. Like, come on, guys, let's stop entertaining that thought and fantasy.
Krista says, "Hey Michelle, I already told you if you ever wanted to get the hell out of here. My husband already told me that he would have no problem moving as long as you had the money to pay for the moving truck."
There you go, and that's not going to be too expensive.
Oh, that's always going to be an ouch. Because don't forget you got to pay first month's, last month's, and security, application fee, key deposit.
And if you saved money instead of just spending it all the time, Michelle, you would have it to fucking do. But you know, that's just
I'm not spending it all the time. I just
Michelle, you get money. You have your money spent before you get it. I mean, you literally have your money spent.
All right,
I'm gonna get security
Paul.
camera,
What did I buy this month?
What did you buy this month? Well, you were wanting to buy security cameras. You got your.
Did I buy security cameras?
You wasted money on getting your hair done again.
Did I buy security cameras?
No, because someone probably talked you out of it.
Okay, so I did. I did not buy security cameras. That is correct.
You had to scam some money.
All right,
off of
now
Craig,
shut up for a
you
second.
know.
Let me ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if I did not buy security cameras, what did I buy this month?
I don't know, Michelle. You scammed some money off of Craig and spent that up.
I paid my cell phone bill in advance.
Yeah, you could pay it without, though. You didn't need Craig's help, Michelle. You didn't need Craig's help for that. You could always pay it every month without, Craig's help before. What changed this month?
I paid my cell phone bill in advance. That's what I did with my money.
For what
Said
reason?
I'll have $210 for the month of August.
Right. For what reason, though?
So where was that bad?
You didn't need his money. You took money that you didn't need. That's what was bad.
I didn't need to take money I didn't need.
Yeah, you did. You said you paid it in advance. It's not like your bill was due when they were getting ready to shut your phone off.
I
So
actually used my YouTube revenue to pay my cell phone bill.
Yeah,
my YouTube revenue. Well, shut up and listen to me. Okay?
Okay.
The bill was due sometime, right? I had it in my pocket. I figured pay it now so that in April 3rd comes, it will be one less bill to worry about. Okay?
Damn.
There's nothing wrong with that. I had the funds from earnings I made on YouTube. I didn't spend any of it.
You gave a sob story to somebody, and they gave you money that you didn't need.
Paul, I did not give a sob story to anybody.
News over Taiwan.
Did they shoot Nancy down? Did they shoot Nancy down?
I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great. Breaking news out of Taiwan. Let's see.
Taipei, which is in Taiwan.
Paul, drop it, or I'm gonna hang up on you.
I don't give a fuck, Michelle. You scammed Craig. I don't care if you hang up on me. I mean, if you don't want the truth to be told, that's how you do it. Is just run from your problems, and people will just believe you scammed them even more. For shutting me up.
I got about 375 in savings right now, Krista. 375 in the savings account right now. I'm working on
there's always a way, Michelle. You could get people to help you move and then pay them back later, or even pay them back in installments. There's all these things you can do.
I'll never pay anybody back. She just takes.
Yeah.
She's a taker.
But just imagine, Michelle, just walking into a new house without Ed and with Rusty in your hand and like spinning around going, this is my new home, stuff like that, and doing a little dance and doing it for YouTube.
Right now, Andrew, the main thing I'm trying to do is save up money so that
I'm kidding, but you know what I'm saying.
Right now, I'm trying to make sure to put all the money aside I can. Okay, because things happen in life, you know.
Cancel that hair appointment on Friday, Michelle. Your hair looks just fine. It looks the
No,
same as
my
it
hair
always
does
does.
not
Well,
look
there you
just
go.
fine.
You're not doing anything to save money. You don't need to get your hair done. It looks the same as it always does. There's no difference when you get it done and when you don't. I mean, there's literally no difference.
But
Paul,
the thing
would
is,
you like
Chris,
to
the one
answer
thing I would say,
Paul, would you like to answer Chris this question?
Sure. Let me read it.
It's right there on the screen.
Okay.
How did she scam Craig when Craig was the one that offered?
Well, because Michelle gave a
Craig's a
sob
nice
story
guy.
to Craig that was unnecessary, and she got extra money. That's how. Plain and simple. It's not that hard.
So you say because he offered
about a problem that didn't
without
exist.
me even asking him that I scammed him?
Michelle,
what the
I know
hell
you
kind of excuse is that?
Michelle, you said you're going to have a $250
I
electric bill next
said
month.
that they're projecting for the winter.
Right.
I don't have a $250 bill right now.
You said next month you were going to have one, and you complained to
I
Doug
don't
about
know
it,
about
and
next
he gave
month.
you money.
I don't know what Eversource is going to do next month. I don't know how much of a rate hike they're going to give next month. I don't know any of that.
Right.
He's just
so
trying to reserve money in advance.
And I would only ask for what I need. That's why I gave Craig
You didn't need it, though. You're saying you paid your bill.
That's why I gave Craig the current bill. Because I had that.
Honestly,
prove it or it didn't happen is my logic. So I have a bill. I send you the bill. He sent me $57. I said thank you.
Michelle, I understand what's going on here. Let me translate. Basically, what Michelle's doing is she's telling Craig, hey, set aside $250 a month. I might need it. Let's just make sure he's got it available.
Well, no, not exactly, but again, I know he's got issues in his own finances too.
Right. So you figure if you tell him, hey, just set aside $250.
As a person who covers the news, I was covering exactly what Epic Economists had said. What's going on with utility rates? That's what I said on the show.
Right.
That is what they are projecting for the winter time of 2022.
But I still think it's unrealistic.
That your utility bills will go up by 200%.
No, she's not going to move. Well, they won't
move.
What does 200%?
She needs a very specific stove. If that stove is not at the premises, she will not move.
Well, let's put it this way, Michelle. Okay, let's look at it this way, Michelle. If our bills do go up 200%, I'm gonna put it on you, Michelle. Michelle, I'm gonna put it on you to pay my heating bill this month or this winter because you're responsible for the weather. So if you make it cold and I have to run my heat, Michelle, I feel that you should be paying my bill because you're causing me to have a high bill. So does that make sense to you? You're going to be paying my heating bill this month, Michelle. If it goes below 32 degrees,
right now we're not paying heating bill, we're paying a cooling bill.
That's your fault because you control the weather. So you're going to be paying my heating bill if it's cold.
I don't control summer, though.
You control the weather, so.
I don't control summer. Summer's not my season.
I'm sort of wishing it was going to be winter because this month is already crazy hot.
I know women that get their hair done every week. I don't do that.
So are you going to tell your therapist that you control the weather?
All right, guys. Let me just talk to Andrew for a little bit. All right.
All right. Well, I'll mute myself, Michelle. You can talk to.
No, it's fine. Everyone has something to say.
Michelle doesn't want to hear anything from me or Skynet, so I'm going to mute and let you.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think that's right.
Michelle, I'd like to talk to you. I never really get a chance to talk to you except for the night shows.
Right.
And I'm happy to talk to you, Michelle, but I mean, I don't think it's fair that other people should be, out there and discontinued because of a certain situation. But
they don't have money or heat.
But
that's a very scary thought. During the winter, you might be held liable, for heating bills and whatnot if you.
I didn't ask Craig at all. He totally surprised me when he offered.
But feel free to ask me a question you want, and then I'll answer it. I'll
Yeah,
try
listen,
to.
go ahead.
Because you gave him a sob story.
You got any questions for Andrew, Michelle? I mean,
Krista
I'll easily
says
answer it. So, of course I will.
she also took a picture of the bill
I'll
and
be
sent
honest,
the
at the same
actual
time.
bill to him.
Huh?
Yes, I did send the actual bill to Craig, along with the account number, address, and everything else.
Scam.
If I was a scammer, why would I do that?
But Craig's a nice guy.
I
Craig's
do.
the sort of guy that would probably help anyone, if that makes sense.
But
Yes,
the
he
point
would
again
help
being that it
anyone.
was unnecessary help. It was unnecessary help. That's the point.
Right.
It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. Yeah. It was just it's fine though.
it's kind of like all those whores that were going after Wild Bill's money.
Yeah. Now, Michelle, when you talk to Craig, do you guys even have a normal conversation? Like, hey, how you doing? How's
Yeah,
your
we
wife?
do.
How's your
We
wife?
do.
Or do you?
Me
I
and
believe you
talk to
just,
Craig. We have a normal everyday type chat.
I believe you call him up and just put a bunch of problems on him. Ed's doing
No,
this.
I don't
My
put- they
bills
don't do
are
that.
due. I don't even think you talk to Craig.
I know I don't
think
do
you
that
just
because right
throw
now
a bunch
he's
of shit at him.
Version of Wallace. Huh?
right now he's having
Yeah.
some personal issues in his own life with his wife's health.
And you're taking money from him. That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Michelle. Yeah, it's great.
So what was the question, Michelle, you wanted to ask? You just feel free
What
to
do you
ask
think
it.
about the people being so nosy about my bills?
If you're putting those information out there on a YouTube channel, on a forum, whatever you want to call it, then they probably, I would say, have a right to discuss it also.
Yeah, honestly, Michelle, you kind of make all your private life details very public.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're doing it in a bad way, but I think if you want to talk about things like that, you've got to expect things in return. You know, whether it be comments, whether it be criticism, whatever, whether it be financial advice, even. You know, and that's just the way it goes, especially on the internet. That's just the way it happens. It's like real life. It's like when I say real life, I mean without the internet. You know, if I was to say to somebody, "Oh, I've got this to pay, I've got that to pay. What am I gonna do?" and they'll give me advice, and if I'm spending my money in a wrong way, then I might not agree with their way of solving the issue, and I might get pissed off over it. But you've got to take, you know, if you're putting that information out there, then you've got to accept their view as well, I would say.
Well, I know that some people have asked me, are you putting money in a savings account? The answer is yes, I do. I put $20 automatically from my checking into my savings. Sometimes I scoop in more when I have more money to throw into my savings.
What's your savings APR?
Right now, I would say the APR is probably about 1% per year.
Oh my God, Michelle!
Ouch.
It's not
What are you
really
doing?
gonna.
But don't forget, the
Michelle,
Federal Reserve just increased the interest rate, so that probably is going to go up a bit for commercial savings too. So,
Unless you start shopping around, probably not.
Yeah, I'd maybe move my money to a different facility.
Yeah, I was gonna say check around, Michelle. You just can't just pick the first one that comes to hand, type of thing.
well, I mean, I could
Hey,
get.
you missed my white face last night.
What?
And I had a really white face last night.
Oh.
I was live.
Oh, you were live? I didn't know that. I didn't even look. Sorry.
I was live. And no, it's fine. But it was interesting.
So, in other words, you look like you hit a facial.
Yam Ranch accused me of having something called GID or GID, which I've never heard in my life. He goes, that's where you're hiding your face. It's like, no, it's because
I don't know
my
what
acne
kid
scarring
is, but I certainly have done facials.
neither did I. No, it wasn't that kind of facial.
Yeah.
But it was different. It was different. I'm just trying to lighten the humor up here a little bit, you know. And that's what I was trying to do last night. But when I went to my bed, I was like, "Oh no, I've got to be up."
Well,
That was a good stream, Andrew. It was a good stream, just chatting, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just being silly and fun, which is what you should. And
That's
we
what
even
it's
had
all about,
Mags
right,
up.
exactly.
I don't know how
Exactly.
much. I don't know how much interest Chime pays.
No,
That's-
current pays 4%.
That's pretty good.
Really, Chime pays 4%.
No, current pays 4%.
Oh,
Sophie will give you like 50 cents every deposit.
okay.
And then it also has like, I think 2% checking.
You get 50% for every deposit.
50 cents.
Right. So I could take $100 bill and then just deposit $1 at a
Well,
time.
you know,
and
I
make 50
could
bucks.
do
It has to
is
be
I could
direct
put
deposit.
Yeah, it's
okay.
kind of
Okay.
yeah.
I could put some of the money that's in the saving in the
Exactly.
Coinbase.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But I don't really know if right now if I want to put money in the Coinbase into crypto because crypto right now is not doing well.
Oh, that's the time to buy it. It's coming. It'll be back. It'll be back up there.
It'll be back.
Yeah, this is the time to buy it. It's like
You
stock.
gotta get
Buy low,
Papa
sell high.
Don back up in there. You know what I'm saying, Michelle? Papa Don? Donald Trump?
Let's see. Says Gusta says why you have CIT Bank online. Maybe I will switch to it. Is it a very good bank? The only thing with online banks is the fact is that if you have a problem, you can't actually physically go to a branch and try to sort it out.
That's why you split up your money, Michelle. You don't keep it all in one bank.
Well, right now, until recently, I really never had a setting about dividing among banks because
Try to stay away from credit union.
Yeah, or credit in general, to be honest,
Right.
especially lately. Yeah.
as
Michelle
long as the
bought
bank
a
is
bed with a
FDIC
credit card
insured,
and then immediately paid off the bed. It was crazy.
Because the APR on these credit cards
right? Okay, so that's key.
are going to go through the roof, Michelle. I mean, they're bad enough as they are just now, but they're going to go through the roof. By October, it's just going to be. I dread to think how.
Ed
how
said
high
to me, he said one time, he said, actually not Ed, but someone else, but I think Ed also said something similar too. Is that, you should have your Social Security direct deposited into Chime because that way you can get paid a little earlier. And
Yeah,
I
Chime's
said,
cool
that's
too. I got
fine.
Chime.
Except, again, like I said, if you have problems, you can't actually go to the branch and go, what's wrong with this,
Split it up. Get some different accounts going, Michelle. Try to make
That
some
can
money.
help. That can help. Yeah, that can help.
Well, right now, for example, all my YouTube earnings go to my bank, except for my Pink Rose Communication earnings from Streamlabs. Those go to PayPal. Okay, Patreon goes to PayPal. So
How long does it take for Patreon to go to PayPal? Is that a time limit?
Well, it's pretty much instant. Usually around the 7th of the month.
Okay.
That's when I get
And
paid.
say, for example, you were to be given a super chat.
And unlike YouTube, they don't require you to have a certain minimum before you'll get paid. So, if you get only paid $20, you get it that month no matter what. They don't say, I'm only going to pay if you only have a minimum amount. Even if
Okay,
you had
Michelle.
$1, they pay you $1 after they take
the,
their commission. That's
the,
really
the
not.
second question to you is, if somebody was to give you a super chat, how long does that take to get into your account?
Well, theoretically speaking, it goes into my escrow account up until instantly, but then I only get paid that if I have at least $100 waiting for me. It's connected to my AdSense.
Oh, I don't know if that's true
So,
because
for example, right now I just got we just closed out July's, and I only have like 65 in there. So I won't be paid until August if we have
which
another
is now,
$100 up to $100 minimum, then I will be paid. So there's
Okay.
always that waiting game with YouTube.
Because whenever I would send when I was friends with White Lives Matter, Craig, I would help him out with a few things, and he would get the money instantly. You know.
White Lives Matter, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go through PayPal, you do. Or if you go through PayPal me or
White
through
Lives
Patreon.
Matter, Michelle.
What do you mean White Lives
Yeah,
Matter? What are
yeah.
you talking about?
Anyway, let's get away from that. Well, it's sort of a similar thing, but Tiger Kitty was saying to me last night that she was called a racist for putting a black mask on.
Really?
Because I had the white cream on my face. And Yam Ranch said something to me about you're covering your face up for some reason. I says, well, yeah, I do have a reason
If
for
you
it.
see what it looked like when it was cleaning its hot air furnace in his motorhome, you definitely would say it had black face. I was pitch black from head to toe with soot.
Michelle, why did you say that he slapped you and then later on say that he didn't slap you? Which one is it? Did he or did he not slap you?
No, he never slapped me.
Has he ever slapped you as you've known him? Whether
Not
it was
in the
prior
recent past. How about that for an answer?
How about in general? Has Ed ever hit you? In general.
I just said not in the recent past. What does that?
In general, though, all the 25 years of you knowing him, I wasn't asking about the
Maybe
recent
about
past.
twice.
Oh.
It's him. It's the emotional. It's the emotional
back,
stuff he does that makes me miserable.
Like, you would. I'm guessing you would remember how it led up. What were you doing, or what was going on? Like, why?
What resulted in Ed hitting you?
Well, I'm not trying to allow people to do racism on my chat.
Hold on, we got this. Hey, Michelle. Michelle.
What?
What resulted in Ed hitting? What led up to and resulted of Ed hitting you?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. It was over arguments. I remember, but that's all I remember. I don't remember. You're talking about. I've known him for almost 30 years. You know, do you want me to remember all the way back to 30 years ago?
Michelle, did you punch him back? Like, or headbutt him at least?
Did you retaliate? No.
I ran in the bathroom and closed the door, and then he got mad and he smashed the whole rest of the bathroom door.
Michelle, you're twice his size. You could kill the cunt.
Why in the world would you ask him to move in with you?
Okay. The point is
okay. Sorry.
Now, anyway, so the point is let's get back to the current time.
Back to the current time.
You'd probably have a seizure and just collapse. Even if you fingered him, not fingered him that way, but just fingered his face, just pinged his nose or something.
Hey, Michelle.
Anyway, so where am I
Michelle.
Now? What?
Do you know what women with vaginas usually say?
Sure. What's that? What's it?
I didn't think you would know. Never mind.
All right. So,
was just a question from someone in my chat. They're being weird. I don't know.
But at the end of the day, there's no excuse for anyone hitting anyone.
right now I'm trying to go through it, look at all the different chats and status of the internet and stuff.
I think people are still shocked that you're living with somebody that slapped you.
Hey, John, it's me,
Twice.
Francois.
Yeah, that's crazy, Michelle.
I mean, you knew he had alcohol problems.
Yes, I know we had drinking problems. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also got anger problems, obviously, as well.
Is he still getting a supply of beer, Michelle? I mean, is beer still coming to the house?
Yes, beer's still coming in the house. And more than likely this weekend he's going to be having to buy some more because he's almost out. So,
do you guys have DoorDash in Connecticut, Michelle? Do you guys have DoorDash or Uber Eats?
Instacart, yes, we do have DoorDash. We do have Grubhub.
Thank God for that.
I know you can buy alcohol on DoorDash now, like from Myers or. Like
yeah,
Walmart.
but what you need for that, Paul, you need to have like photographic ID and stuff like that. Even though Ed looks,
yeah, there's no question that Ed's over 21.
Well, one of the things I'll definitely say is that we talked about getting some of the wine. I do have one question that I would like to ask Instacart, and maybe I might contact them in customer service and ask them this. If I want to buy some wine, because they do work with a participating liquor store.
Well, you can probably get it at the
and
store.
I'm going to still also at the same time do grocery shopping through Market 32. Would the shipper or would the delivery person go to both stores to pick up the wine and then go to 32? Or would they just do one store at a time, bring it to my house, and then go back to the...
I'll tell you what, Michelle. You pick out some bottles of wine, I'll send the wine. It'll be its own delivery. You don't have to worry about it.
Don't do it. You'll kill him.
Nice. That's very nice of Scanner.
You'll drink it all in one go.
No,
she's had wine before.
Michelle's responsible.
Okay.
Michelle's a responsible drinker. You know.
I don't usually drink wine.
No,
I said,
I meant Ed. I was wondering.
No,
Ed.
Ed won't drink wine. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Michelle's had wine before at her house. It survived. Yeah, Michelle's a responsible drinker. Michelle, that's very nice of Skynet to do and offer that for you. You should pick out some nice wines. Have a glass or two during a show, Michelle. Relax a little
Send
bit.
me a couple different wine bottles that
I did it last night, Michelle.
and
I regretted it.
I'll deliver it to your house. No problem.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, but right now I already know that Bones Farm is not that far from my house. John's Package Store is not that far from my house.
We need just something better than that Boone's Farm. Boone's Farm's nice, Michelle, but I think you need like a menage a trois. Just something nice. You need like a nice wine. Like Boom Farms is like, I don't know. You need nice wine.
Oh, I don't know.
Champagne, caviar.
I like the Snowberry wine. I think the Snowberry's good. I don't have a problem with it. It's not too strong. It's fruity.
Oh, it's like what you drink when you're a teenager.
It's not too dry.
You're
It's good. It's good for me because it's.
Yeah.
It's still got 5% alcohol by content or by volume, so it's not like
it's
juice.
Michelle, you're drinking juice at that point.
Have you ever had champagne, Michelle? You've had champagne before, right?
Yes. It's a little dry for me.
Well, what about some Everclear or something like that? Just to give you
that'd be amazing.
Michelle, you want to drink Goldschlager? You ever had gold before?
I actually had some Merlot with noodles and ABC pizza. That stuff was a little bit too dry for me. I drank it, but it was like...
Yeah. I think you would like white wine.
I've had white wine. I've had a Chablis Blush wine that was left from when I moved into... somebody left it behind. It's still around square in my refrigerator. I finally decided to pop the cork on the sucker, and I had some. It wasn't bad. I forgot which brand it was, but it was pretty good actually. It was like a blush. I don't usually drink a lot of alcohol. Craig Senior says, Skynet, there is any possible way, and I hate to to ask that. Could give me a case of service Regal? I think they come in cases of 12. I don't drink too much, but I like the best.
Craig is silly.
See what happens, Michelle? Craig's
Craig is
running out of
silly.
money. Now he needs me to get him some drinks.
Hey, Skynet, you said Goldschlager, man. I was wondering if you could maybe send a couple bottles over here. Andrew, maybe you want something to drink too. Andrew's probably thirsty, right?
I always am.
There you go. Andrew's got he's a little thirsty too.
What is gold?
How you doing, Craig?
It's
good morning to you. Let's
alcohol.
get Craig on the panel. He's fun to have around.
An alcohol
if
that
he wants
has
to come
gold
on, I don't know what
shavings
his day routine is.
Okay, I know.
Yeah, and it tastes like cinnamon, and it's 100
Right.
proof. It's really good.
Oh,
it's
wow.
really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It goes down very smooth, Andrew, and before you know it, you're schlagered. You're just schlagered. Very good. It's very good.
I'll consider that one.
But it has gold shavings in it. Yeah, it's really cool. You can shake the bottle up, and there's a bunch of gold flakes in there.
Right.
And you can drink it. You can drink the
I hope
gold.
so. I'm not sure about drinking the gold.
Oh, it's shaved very thin. It's safe. It's safe.
Okay.
You can also get
Johnny
Gold Rush.
Walker Blue. That's a whiskey, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think you're probably like more of the clear liquors, Michelle. I don't know if you'd be a brown liquor kind of gal, but maybe like
Craig, wants to come on. Let's get him on
like
here.
vodka. What do you think? What kind of alcohol you guys think Michelle would like? Liquor-wise?
Well, Craig, how you doing?
She'd eat the worm.
Johnny Walker Blue.
Mute that
Craig, you
TV,
gotta turn the sound on the
mute
TV.
that TV, buddy.
I think tequila would maybe.
Mute the TV, Craig.
Oh yeah.
Let's get him on here.
All right.
Alright,
I think,
can't turn the TV
I think,
down because it's been picked up by the
I think the worm might be a risk for Michelle.
It's creating a
but
bit
I'm
of
not sure.
distraction.
It's good
Just
now.
turn the TV down, okay? I think you did it
Good
already.
morning, everybody.
How you
Hey,
doing?
Greg, how you doing, pal?
Good day to you, sir.
Hey, Skynet, when do you think that will be coming? This afternoon?
Probably later today. We're just waiting on Michelle to put in her order. I want to do both orders at the same time.
It's done smart. It's smart. It was all done at once.
You do realize he's going to send you a bottle of Everclear. And with,
Just wait on the porch, Craig. Just wait outside
guys.
for it. It'll eventually get there.
Yeah, well, I might be a shriveled up old coon by the time it gets here because it's too hot.
There you go. There you go.
It's very hot just now, isn't it?
Yeah, they say when it's hot out, the more alcohol you drink gets very good for you. Dehydrates you quickly, and this way your wrinkles go away.
In reality, drinking alcohol in hot
China
weather
will
is
take care of
actually
that for you.
bad for you.
No, Skynet's a pisser.
He'll take care of that for you. He'll give you some piss so you don't
Yeah,
dehydrate.
so am I, but I still managed to get things done.
Let me
but
move
I
this
don't know
fan
how
a
to
little
do
bit.
it. Eventually, I'm just going to collapse one day and that'll be it.
That's true.
It's going to be 96 here tomorrow.
But at the
Yeah,
moment, I'm just
supposed to be here
drinking
too,
some
Ugh.
mango.
It's gonna be a little warmer today.
You're gonna be fine. You better put
But
some.
Thursday
Pam on
still
that
says
chair,
it's supposed to be
Michelle.
34, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to
fine,
be,
your ass.
again, as I said to you yesterday, I think it's going to be hitting 40 degrees again next week, which will be like 104 again.
Oh, wow.
Oh God,
You know, it's
Michelle, spray a little Pam on your chair there, so you don't fry.
Maybe some butter.
So you won't stick to the chair.
Yeah, that's an idea. That's an idea. But
So,
I don't have
What's
any.
that
I don't have
doing?
a cooking spray to spray on my chair.
what's that doing? Sleeping?
Sleeping.
Yeah, it's sleeping like usual.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It is what it is.
Well, I had
It
to
is
get
what
up,
it is.
so I've got to get ready soon-ish. So,
Oh, you have to go to work.
yes,
Oh, boy.
yes, unfortunately.
Oh, that was a nice
No, no.
live you had last night. That was nice.
With my white face.
With your white face. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of too. That's a good movie.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't do it because when I was washing it off in the morning, it was like sticking to my face. I thought I can't get this shit off, and I've got to go.
Andrew, do you think you can do your face up next time like the Joker from Batman?
Well, technically, it was sort of like that, but I would need the red lips.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to do the mouth and the eyes. You got to have the mouth and the eyes as well. But yeah, I like it.
Cool.
Good stream, Andrew. Keep them up. Keep
it was
going.
different. It was different. I hadn't done it for a long time, so
Yeah,
I'll
keep them going, man. I'll start coming back too. We'll take over. What do you say? You want to take over?
Well, no, it was just nice.
YouTube take over.
It was nice to see
Yeah, we had
you
fun.
pop in, and yeah, it was funny. Sarah popped in, Magda popped in. You know, it was,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
love when
video.
Andrew laughs. He's got a good belly laugh.
yeah, I do laugh. I do laugh a lot. I mean,
That's good. It's good for you.
that's the sort of thing I do.
Should always smile. Trying to always
A good
smile.
laugh is good for the system.
Good for the soul.
It really
That's
helps.
right.
And
That's right.
sometimes if you've had the crappiest weeks or days or whatever, sometimes when you see something randomly on the TV or on the news and you just burst out laughing at a comment or something and you just can't control yourself and it just lifts you, it really makes you feel so much better. You know, it really does. Laughter is good for the soul. You know, it's an old
certainly
expression,
is.
you know,
It certainly is.
and it works. It really does. You know.
I like having a good time too. So yeah, laughter for me is something
So
I
Michelle,
don't
what
tend
you
to
need to
do
do
a lot
is
of.
you have to
but-
find something that makes you laugh, like
Hi.
belly laugh, like
Hi,
roll
everybody.
around the floor. Hello.
Okay. Go ahead, back to sleep. Winston just had his breakfast and his 2 milk bones, and he's watching Michelle's show. He watches the show.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
How's Christine
The guy
doing?
watches the show too, so he's actually staring at the TV.
How's
He's watching.
how's Christine doing? Craig.
Who's Justine?
What's that?
Justine, sorry, Justine. Sorry.
Who is that?
Craig's wife.
Denise?
Oh, Denise, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I always get the names mixed
That's
up.
all right. It's
Sorry.
okay. I don't expect you to remember.
How's that lady? How's your old lady, Craig?
She's doing.
I don't know
So
what that
so.
means,
Yeah.
Ray, what you
She
just
has
said
physical therapy
about
today.
Mm-hmm.
massive branch
She's,
and pine
got
cones.
physical therapy like Ed does. Comes twice a week, and then another lady comes twice a week.
Yeah.
So, to help her get around and keep her balance and stuff of that nature.
Oh, God love her, and hopefully she gets better soon.
Does Denise use a walker, Craig, or?
Not most times. She was using it, but then I told her it's more trouble for her to use that than it is just to go ahead and walk.
Yeah.
So she's got this balance problem plus the PSDP, or I don't know. This all started after the pandemic,
Mhm.
being shut in, so to speak.
Yeah.
What do they call that? PSDT? I don't remember.
PSTD, like post-traumatic
Yeah,
stress disorder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very nervous and doesn't like to go out, and she was never like that.
Right.
She was never like that.
Yeah.
She used to go out and dance our asses off and have fun.
Mhm. I think the more times you start to go out again and do stuff like that, it'll come back. Fingers crossed, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I try to, we go grocery shopping and stuff, but, how can I put it? It takes so goddamn long when she's in the store because it takes so long for her to get around.
Right.
But she doesn't want me to leave her, so I just go with it. That's all.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You're a good man,
But-
Craig. You're a good man, bud.
Well, I've been married for almost 55 years in September.
Oh wow!
So I'm not
Bloody
I'm
hell.
not gonna give up the ship yet.
Right,
No,
right.
of course not. No.
No point in it.
Jeez.
She gets frustrated, I get frustrated. We bitch each other out.
That's life.
Understandable. It's very understandable.
Definitely is. It really is. Yeah.
My friends calling me up. You want to go fishing? Do you want to go out to the beach for a week? I just can't do those things right now.
Yeah.
I can't. I would never leave her with somebody that I didn't know.
No, I get that, Craig.
No way.
And I get that. Like I was telling you before, I had to, put a damper on my social life. I had to take care of my mother for a couple of years. So I get it. It's
right.
Yeah, I know it's difficult, but you did the right thing, and your mind is at peace now. So that's the most important thing.
At the end of the day, that you've done the right thing. That's the most important.
Of course. It's well worth it. It's well worth it.
Yeah.
Well, like absolutely. I said, Craig, when we get in our conversations, I'll try and include Denise as well. I would like to get involved for a more, break her out of her shell a little bit, and chat with her. So.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
I'd love to. I'd absolutely love to.
Yeah, no, that's nice.
When's your anniversary, Craig? September what?
7th.
What's that?
September 7th. Okay.
That's
putting it in the vault. Expect to call at midnight.
I think a lot of people, Craig, though, during the pandemic really were kind of affected in various ways. I know I certainly was. Not to that level. But then at the same time, I was already recovering from a knee injury. So I was already kind of basically pretty much a shut-in because of knee injury anyway. So maybe it didn't affect me quite to the same level.
Yeah.
How is it to live, Michelle? How is it to live exactly? To my daughter's house is 8 blocks. Long blocks. I could walk over. I could drive over. Now, how is it when I'm sitting in my house, they're sitting in their house, and for almost 8 months, not being able to see the grandchildren, not getting a hug, and just going on FaceTime and all this crap. I mean, and she's a nurse, so there's no way. You don't know if she would have had it. And my son-in-law is in special services in the police department, and he's around it all the time. I mean, they lost two people in their division. So, the COVID, and they weren't old men. They were in their 40s. So, you can't. The funny thing about it is, first thing I did when I knew everything, it was all clear and everything, I just hugged my grandchildren, and
absolutely,
you miss that. You miss that.
That's one thing I always like. Obviously, you guys knew my mother died last year. I've mentioned it before. Obviously,
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But the one thing she wanted to do after it all calmed down and we're allowed to get back together again, type of thing, was hug her grandkids, and she never got to do that, and it tore her to bits. It tore her apart.
Oh, do you realize that how many people couldn't come to their own? They couldn't even have their funeral or anything of that nature.
Right.
You couldn't have a regular church gathering. You couldn't have a thing like that.
No, it was all separated. It was all like distance within 6 feet and stuff like that, and it was horrible. It was horrible. But when we got to the gravesite, we just thought, to hell with this. We're just taking these bloody things off, and we're gonna hug, and that's it.
Yeah.
And who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you? And and nobody did. Nobody did.
Yeah, for sure.
That's good.
And it was a great feeling, and we all had a good laugh. That was the funniest thing of the whole thing. We all thought, everyone thinks funerals are so, depressing and stuff like that. Yeah. But we had such a good laugh at it, at the end,
It's supposed to be a celebration of someone's life, It's supposed to be like a celebration of somebody's life.
Yes.
You can't spell funeral without the word fun, right? I mean,
that's
true. Right.
That's very true.
Very true, Paul.
Speaking of funerals, it's last night that he heard that Mickey Dolenz and the Monkees had died. Well, I couldn't find any evidence anywhere of him passing away.
stuff, but
And then even he said last night that he heard that it may be incorrect.
Yeah. Ed reads tabloids, Michelle. Ed's an idiot. He said he saw Elvis at Cumberland Farms one time. Come on, Michelle. Ed's an idiot. Ed's an idiot.
Oh my God, Lord,
Yeah.
Lord help us.
sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like he just discovered that JFK was killed. Like Michelle, JFK got shot in the head, and we know this, Ed. You're far behind. Like we're in 2022, and Ed's in like 1975. Like
Yeah, I think Jackie was an artist by then.
yeah,
Maybe
Bill Clinton got his dick sucked in the Oval Office. No, we know this, Ed. We know. We get it. We get it. We get it, Ed. We know. They killed Saddam Hussein, Michelle.
Oh, tears to my eyes.
No, they bombed the towers, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Every slice,
Well, they killed some Al
every
Qaeda.
slice.
Al Qaeda leader yesterday. That was a good thing, I guess.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Something happened. What did you do, Michelle? You put the chat in?
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. It was he thought Mickey Dolenz had passed away.
R.I.P. Ed.
And
I tell
it
you who
turns
did
out
pass,
at this point,
a
as
woman
far as
that
we can
played
determine,
the
Mickey
black woman
Dolenz
that-
has not passed away of the monkeys, but we don't know yet. I haven't found any evidence to support it.
the black lady that played Sergeant O'Hara
Yeah,
in the original Star
Trek.
Trek. She died. Yeah, she died.
Yep,
As well
they're
as,
showing the
as well
clothes,
as
yeah.
Bill Russell. Bill Russell passed as well.
Lieutenant
That's right,
Commander
yeah.
O'Hara.
Yeah,
And,
she died.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Celebrities die in
Captain.
three.
All hailing frequencies are not open.
Celebrities die in 3, so that means one more person is about to pass.
Who could it be?
Thank you, retard. What are they? Retard.
Retardo.
X.
I would just stick
Oh,
that there.
retardo. Oh, okay. Orlando McCoy, hi to you. Department.
Yeah,
Rest in
old
peace,
Randall
Ed.
McCoy was just saying that his daughter has 2 boys and his son has 3 little girls, so he's got basically six grandkids. You
That's
know,
awesome.
you know, it's a
5
lot.
grandkids. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any grandchildren. I have a niece. I actually have a.
You don't want them.
I have a
so-
niece that, and a nephew, and actually got a lot of
Ah,
nieces and
you might
nephews
do.
because my sister, when she married her husband, he already had 6 kids, and then from his prior marriage, and then they had like 3 kids, and like there's like 9 kids in the family, and so I got like a whole bunch of nieces and nephews in law. Plus, I have 3 direct nieces and nephews. And yes, they all live in the same house.
Michelle, yesterday we talked about high schools. I asked you what high school you went to. Michelle, do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember what elementary school you went to?
I went to the Gilbert School, yeah.
Which one?
The Gilbert School. On Williams Avenue here in Winston.
Did you have a favorite grade?
I'm going to go out for a little bit.
I
I got to
would
go and help Denise
say-
for a bit. I'll be back in a little bit.
Nobody's
No
called.
problem. Take your time.
I don't
Speak
really
for
know. I wouldn't say. I'd say my whole high school years were good, actually. I think there wasn't so much the grade that was great or not, but it was the classes I took. I took 4 years of art class.
Oh, okay.
You know, 3 years of business, because it's a business high school. It's a semi-private business high school, and I took business and industrial arts, and I kept active doing things. But I do enjoy the 12th year when we had Mr. Reynolds and his poetry to rap class. Oh wait, was that my sophomore year? I think it was my sophomore year. I had him I had him a couple of years, and he was still fun.
Erotic poetry? Did you say erotic
poetry of rock.
Oh, poetry of rock. Okay, I thought you said erotic poetry. Okay, poetry of rock. Like, okay.
Although that would be interesting, we had erotic poetry, but I don't know.
In school, especially, yeah. So, Michelle, I'm sorry to ask you again, but Craig had a little bit of background noise, and I really couldn't hear. What grade school did you say you went to?
Me?
Yeah.
Grade school?
What elementary school did you go to?
I went to Regional 7. Believe it or not, which is also a high school, but because we moved from New Hartford to Winston, that's why I went to Gilbert.
Called Regional 7?
Prior to that, I went to the New Hartford public school system.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you've been in Connecticut your whole life?
My whole life, yes.
Okay.
Although I did go to Little Rock, Arkansas after I graduated from high school for 2 years to get independent living skills.
Yep, I remember you saying that, yeah. Okay, very cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. Especially taking songs like Simon and Garfunkel's Sound of Silence apart. That was kind of fun.
Hello, darkness, my best friend. Sing it, Michelle.
Yeah, that's the song. But then you analyze the lyrics, what they're trying to say. Take my arm so I might teach you. As he said, that's a former skinocketeer. So I'm like, what? Basically, you're not literally taking his arm, but he's trying to. I said, okay, I get it. Of course, it's been so long since poetry rec. Well, I still do analyze music every day.
Yeah, I wish you'd do more karaoke streams, Michelle.
New Hartford Public Schools, then the Gilbert School, yeah. I did kindergarten and first grades through the East Heartland Public Schools, where I was living with my parents up until 1977. Then we moved to New Hartford, Connecticut, and then I went to the New Hartford Public Schools. And then we moved to Winston in 1983, so then I transferred to the Gilbert School. And we still live in Winston today, but I did go to Little Rock, Arkansas for 2 years for independent living skills.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came back here. Then I went to Northwestern Connecticut Community College. I took my time slowly the years, so 1992 through 1994. I think that's about right. Yeah. And then I did an associate's degree in computer programming.
Hey, guys.
And then around the 1994 to about 1997, I think I went to the University of Connecticut at Storrs. And then I lived in Storrs, Connecticut. During that time, then I moved to, eventually I moved down to Willimantic. Then I left Willimantic in 2000 and moved back to Goshen for a short time. And then in 2002, I moved back to Winston with my parents for a while.
Michelle, I noticed somebody asked a question about Dungeons and Dragons. Now, I'd never played the board game or anything like that, but there is a game called,
yeah, D&D. My brother used to play it. I didn't, but my brother used to play it.
And it's along those lines. If you're into that sort of thing, you might enjoy it, and it's free as well. Obviously, there is an online version of Dungeons and Dragons. The problem is it takes so long to index the thing that I would have to let the computer run overnight. And immediately that's what I usually have to do when I'm downloading a massive game. I just leave the thing on.
Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead, Andrew.
No, it's just a case of basically leaving it on overnight, and I know it costs electricity and things like that.
Actually, I did that when it was indexing the game. It actually wasn't even done by the next day. It was still downloading all the files for the.
Sorry, Paul.
What
were you going to say, Paul?
No, you're good. Michelle, did you ever go to any class reunions?
No, I did not.
No.
I don't even know when the next one is. I thought there was one this year, but
When did you graduate? 87?
What?
You graduated in
1987, yeah.
So what? This year would be your 35th reunion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be okay. Usually they do them about 20, 25 years. I don't, I'm not sure how they work nowadays with the COVIDs and all. But yeah, I was just curious if
No, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Or maybe you have a 40th anniversary when it comes to that. That could
Neverwinter Nights. Yeah, that's the game. Yep.
Yeah.
Neverwinter Nights.
I tried it a few times, but I couldn't quite
Yeah,
do
I
it.
want to go.
Yeah,
I want to go in stores for a year. Yeah. I lived in stores Mansfield for a few years after that. A lot about me you don't know. Although if you want to go look it up, like the woman says, find out what your man is doing. All you need is his telephone number. Yeah. All you have to do is just look at my name. You can find every single place I've lived. All the dates. It's everywhere. Neverwinter Nights.
When did you change your name, Michelle, or when did you start going by a different name?
Hey, Bella.
You don't mind me asking?
I changed my name when I was in college. I went through the probate court and did it.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
How long does that process take? Like to change your name?
About 30 days is the way that they do it.
That's not too
You
bad.
have to put it in the newspaper and see if there's any complaints, and there wasn't. So
if I want to become Francois, I could do a 30-day.
I don't know what it is like in your country.
I have no idea.
But, I mean, you should probably have any more of a problem than I did. How you doing, Scottish Dave?
Hey Dave. And hey Appleseed, didn't see you.
Have you ever been to Vernon Rockville? I heard it's a good place to get deliverance. Doesn't know what to mean by deliverance. I think I drove through it. And I don't really,
I think I just realized
really know much about it. I've also been to Jewett City as well, which is because one of my caregivers lived in Jewett City.
That part is just horrible. I just can't watch it. I just have to skip that.
Yeah, I mean, I visited Jewett City. It's really isn't much of a city.
A Jewish city.
Jewett, Jewit. Jewett.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
I thought you were talking about Auschwitz, Michelle. I didn't know what you were talking about. I thought you said Jewish city as well.
No, Jewett.
Jewish.
It's a town on Eastern Connecticut. I've also been to Norwich. I've been to New London. I've been to Norwich.
My wonderful, beautiful Glasgow Rangers play tonight, Andrew. Will you be hoping we get beat? It depends who you're playing against. If you're playing against either Aberdeen or St Johnstone, then I hope you lose. If you're playing against anybody else, then I hope you win.
Okay.
See, Dave's an ex-footballer.
Dave's an
Footballer, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, like, I did the tarot reading. I watched the one from Virgo, the goddess, and it was like, she was telling me, in short, that there is some people that are actually jealous, and one of them was actually trying to be a gold digger. And I have a good idea who she was talking about. So I said to myself, gee, I'd like to know if I'm right. So
yeah.
I said, I'm going to try an experiment. And so I said, what would I do if I could access her matrix and then I could pull up, expand the reading? And I did that. And it got so convoluted with all kinds of dark alleys. And I was like, like halfway through the video, I said, I want a second opinion. So I basically just put the cards back in the deck, reshuffle, and said, I'm going to do it my way.
Well,
And I
Michelle, I
did.
hope you had something to do with the Al Qaeda leader being killed today. I don't know if you guys looked at the news.
Which leader died today?
That happened yesterday.
Some
yesterday.
Al Qaeda leader in Kiev. Yeah, he was in
Osama bin Laden's buddy. Yeah.
Pretty much. These drones are pretty deadly. Let's be honest, you know. Oh my God.
Yeah, but what if you're hiding inside a building? Do the drones go flying in after you?
They probably could. Known to
You're not talking about one of those little
universe.
You're not talking about the little guys that you see people use on YouTube. Oh, those would be scary if you put a 9mm on them, right?
Well, at least they got them.
Semi-automatic.
But of course, Biden now, without his mask and doing all his speeches, is taking all the credit and thinking he probably had nothing to do with it. It was probably all his.
I don't know. I don't like Biden. I don't like the way Biden acts. I don't like Biden. I don't like his personality. I don't like the way he does things. Congress says he needs to do something, and then he does the complete opposite.
If that's the case, Mukbang, that's pretty incredible. The fact they're able to do that.
Yeah. Okay, to be fair, a lot of those people have been killed more than once, probably.
Yeah, they killed 4,000 people at one point, in one go. And Bush was in Afghanistan
I see it
the same night.
Kind of remind me of cockroaches. Sorry. I don't know if they're going to get flagged for saying that, but the truth is
I don't think so. I mean, they're a terrorist organization. They shouldn't be.
Because you smash one and there's about 15 of them behind them. You know, yeah, it's pretty sad, honestly.
I think the problem is getting rid of the ideology, which we'll never be able to do, you know. But you can't sit back and let Americans being killed by people like them, you know.
I still don't know why this thing is. Why my videos are taking so dang long to review. Determine why they have limited no ads. I don't understand this. But I know that my tarot readings don't have that problem. They just don't. My vlogs don't have that problem. So
the vlogs, I find, Michelle, as well. The vlogs tend to come up quite a lot quicker. Sometimes, like when I made that video last night, it's not on there just now. I took it down because when I looked back on it this morning, when I had to go out, and I looked at it, just me with a white face, you know. I thought, no. What was I thinking? It's coming down.
Did you get limited no ads because of the white face?
Sorry?
I said, did you get limited no ads because of your white face?
No, Michelle, I'm not monetized. I've got nothing like that.
Okay, I see.
You know, so it's not really an issue for me. But Tiger came on and said that she got into trouble for putting a black mask on, and I thought, well, it's not racist. Even Magda, and Magda's quite liberal, and she turned around and says, well, she thought that was ridiculous too.
Yeah, you know? I don't understand this racism business at all.
Yes, I'm a St. Johnston fan. You've got to.
I mean, you see women wearing facials in videos all the time, right? You never seem to say, oh, she's being whiteface. She's doing a facial.
I was talking to somebody yesterday, right? This was like the European Championships won by the women's soccer team yesterday, or the day before, whatever. You know, I wasn't really interested because it's women. But can you imagine if now the World Cup is being held in Qatar this year for the men? Now, can you imagine if the women have to play in, say, Iran or Qatar or something like that, what are they going to do? Play in burqas? Now, how funny would that be?
That'd be great.
I thought I'd be bursting myself laughing.
I don't know how that would work.
It wouldn't work, but that's the thing, but it'd be hilarious. Them tripping up
I
in
don't
their
even know
cloaks
how
and stuff.
those Muslim countries do, how they do their the women's sports. I don't understand that. I
They
mean,
probably don't let the women play sports. To be honest, they're not allowed to.
They're lucky to get allowed to drive in these countries, Michelle.
I know they don't allow them to drive. That's what I'm saying. How would they let them play sports if they came and allowed to drive a car? Or leave a house without a man or whatever. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? That their husbands are going to be in the field too with them? That doesn't.
Maybe they need to be.
They might have actually. You can't do this, you know. It's like it's just it's just a better idea of them being in those sort of letterbox outfits.
Yeah.
You know that those things with the slits in the eyes and stuff like that. Kick out. Oh my God. Even thought of it.
And boy, some people think Christians are backwards. I can tell you, Christians are not necessarily that backwards. Notice I said not necessarily. But depending on which group you're in, some Christian organizations can be pretty backwards, though. And anti-progressive. Others are a little bit too progressive.
Now, Johnny's got a good point there because he said it's sad that FIFA and organisations support Qatar, yet a lot of like the US and the UK support them as well, and Saudi Arabia, they support them as well, and they do deals with them, which is completely wrong, you know, considering what these people are capable of and what they've done, you know, Al Qaeda, ISIS, all that stuff, you know. But let's change. Let's go into something a bit more lighthearted.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Qatar. I don't know much about a lot of these countries. I don't even know much about America anymore because America has changed so much from when I remember as growing up. It's not the same country I used to know.
No, it's the same here, Michelle. It's the same. The same here. I don't recognise a lot of things now. You walk down to the city centre in this city anyway, and virtually, I would say 50% of the stores are closed down, and the rest are either charity shops or they're bookmakers. You know. And that's it.
That sounds like Winston. That sounds like a lot like Winston here.
And this is a big city, Michelle. It shouldn't be like that, you know. It should be, but then obviously online shopping's got a lot to do with it. There's no doubt about that. You've also got the fact that okay, we did have the COVID thing. Okay, nobody cares about COVID anymore. Yeah, it's all the rules are gone.
That definitely caused a lot of stores that were already marginalized already to basically just have to pack it in. Yeah. Because like you said, online shopping was the same here. I really do feel bad for the operators of the stores because, you know, they're competing against things like Amazon and Walmart.com and other online stores, and then don't forget they got to pay for the brick and mortar store, the inventory, and they're like,
Amazon should be taxed, you know, and they should be taxed like everybody else. Like every other store gets taxed, every other department
right. They
gets
should be taxed. Why aren't they being taxed? I mean, that's the part I don't understand. How is a multinational corporation like Amazon getting away without paying taxes? I don't get it.
Men playing in Iran have to wear long lycra shorts. Yeah, but that happens here as well. That's normal. That happens in virtually every Scottish game because it's usually cold. You know? Right, plus it stops your cock falling out. Sorry, Michelle, to say it like that, but
Well, the first thing is that I would like to know is if it's going to be as hot as you say it is. I mean, you said about November, so probably won't be so bad in November. But Quatar, I don't think is exactly cool in November, given where it's located. How
I
are
think
the
I think it'll still be hot, but originally it was going to be held in July and August. But you're talking like 50 degrees, you're 120 Fahrenheit. You can't play in that, you know.
No, you can't.
So they moved it to November, which is still going to be pretty warm. You know, I can't hazard a guess of how hot it will be, but it'll still be hotter than it is where we are, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's weird, But the good thing is, I'm hoping that this year is that we're going to have a colder autumn. Maybe some people say that they think winter is going to be inhospitable. Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you that I don't really want it to be like a total snow out, but I definitely don't want it to be like a total waste because we need the snowpack. We need the snow.
We need
So
some rain, Michelle. That's what we need.
rain
I mean,
helps
as I
too,
say,
but don't forget the
we
Sierra
haven't seen any
Nevadas.
rain.
The Sierra Nevadas depend on snow for a lot of reasons. Number one, and that becomes that later refills things like the aquifers for the reservoirs and things like that. And the
Right.
snowpack is good for that. Rain is of course good. Right now, for example, Kentucky's got plenty of rain. Las Vegas got some. I don't know how much it filled up Lake Mead, which really needs a refill. And also Lake, what's the other one there? Lake Port something. That thing needs water also because otherwise they're
Right.
not going to be able to generate electricity.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, they're talking about even for this month, we're going to end up with hosepipe bans because for the next 2-3 weeks, they're looking at no rain at all and temperatures of like 30 degrees and 28 degrees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Constantly, through the next 3 weeks, And hopefully by the time we get to September, it's going to hopefully cool off a bit. But I've actually seen September being hotter than July in this country.
Yeah.
So you just don't know. But by the time you get to October, at least you know you're out of the woods, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So people are actually, been saying
True,
this,
Dave.
when are we going to get the rain? When are we going to get the snow? When is we going to finally get Lake Mead refilled and Lake, the other lake there, Lake Portsmouth or whatever it is. That's not the name of it. What is the name of it? Anyway,
Oh, I know what you're talking
the
about.
point is that they need the water, and it's like I don't know when they're gonna get water because the temperatures are too dry. There's not enough dew point. There's not enough stuff for nucleation. Lake Powell, thank you. Right, it does feed into Lake Mead. Okay, thank you. Lake Powell, that's what it's called. About 100 feet. Exactly. Exactly, Craig. This is what I'm talking about.
But how long can this go on for? I mean, how long can you have days and days, weeks and weeks with no rain at all? We've had, as I say, 1 day of rain where I am in the East Coast, the Northeast Coast, and that's it. And even that was like an hour drizzle. There's just nothing, and the ground is scorched. It's just everything's so dry.
I don't know what to say about that, but like I said, you need rain. We need rain. Right now, Kentucky got too much rain. Las Vegas got rain, but the problem is it flooded the Las Vegas Strip. It didn't fill up Lake Mead or Lake Powell, which they need rain. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of rain.
I guarantee you in 2 to 3 months' time, Michelle, I'll be complaining about how wet it is and how cold it is, and so I should probably enjoy what we've got just now.
I don't mind if it's cold, and I don't mind if it's a little bit wet. It doesn't usually bother me. It's when it's hot and humid, and it's like, no, I don't like that. I mean,
like Ed's beer breath.
That might work.
First of all, I don't smell his beer breath.
Oh, it's like hot and humid.
Krista says, why? How is your wife, Craig? Okay. Oh, Craig said before that, he says, Michelle. Okay, that's what we put up at the lake. Then Craig says, Krista, thank you so much for asking. She's doing a little bit better each day, but it's going to take a while. Time. You're so sweet. I wish you had closer, or I live closer, so be so helpful. Andrew says, or Scott Dave said, I think I'm on meds, but I'm starting to get worried about electricity bills. And he says, why?
No,
I think I know why.
He was depressed and suicidal, and I asked him why. That's what it was.
We usually make up for the drought when winter comes, as long as we got a good snowpack. Unfortunately, last winter in the West Coast didn't really have enough snow in the Sierra Nevadas to really do a lot of good. So that's one of the reasons we gotta get more snow up this year.
Yeah, Chris has got a point. There's always ways, not always ways to get around it, but there are ways to sort of like pay these things in installments. Okay, it might take you a hell of a lot longer, but at least you know they're covered, and you're not going to be in trouble for anything like that, you know. And that takes a lot of weight off your mind, if that makes sense, you know.
Right, and that's the reason, like Chris is saying with utilities, is that I immediately paid my T-Mobile bill in advance because I knew that the money was there from YouTube, and I didn't see the reason not to use it for that, since I was saving it for that kind of a contingency. So, because I paid it in advance, that means that I don't have to worry about paying that in August, because obviously I don't know anything.
That wasn't a necessity, though. That's the point. I mean, you can twist it around in any type of logical way you'd like to, Michelle, but it was just unnecessary. That's the point. You know, it was just unnecessary. You didn't need to pay it.
That's why we downgraded the MiFi down to 10 gigabytes a month instead of 50, because turns out that unfortunately, let me talk about that real quick, because this is something that kind of disappointed me with T-Mobile when they did this, because there's so many people using mobile internet now. They used to be, you could upload it 25 megabits per second, 30 megabits per second, and then all of a sudden, in order to spread the live around, they actually said you can only upload at 1.8 megabits per second, which is the same speed that I upload to YouTube and with Frontier. So it was like, so you mean not telling me I'm uploading at the same damn rate I'm getting on my home internet? So where's the benefit here? There isn't. I was like, bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Bullshit. Bullshit. And I said, so bullshit. I decided to bullshit. I decided to downgrade it to a lot lower plan. Bullshit. So I can still upload videos from when I'm mobile streaming, but I don't.
Bobo has got a very good point there. If you're not going to be playing that game, stop paying the monthly. You know, pay
I still do play the game though. I'm still checking on the game.
You played once in like the past 2 months.
Well, we're gonna be starting playing WoW again in September, guys.
Well, don't pay August then. There's $15 you can save right there.
Kukuchu and Vapor agreed that we're going to be playing in
I
late September when the rest of the Lich Kings wraps. So
maybe, I don't know, Michelle.
Blow the wine on my titties.
I don't know, maybe. I've kind of found a lot of other games lately that I've been getting into. But yeah, maybe I'm not really into the whole WoW thing anymore.
What have you been playing, Paul? What have you been playing?
Playing some Warhammer for Warhammer. What's that
I
shit called?
looked at that.
Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Just picked up Dismantle.
Okay.
Someone just gifted me a game called Motor Town. So
I managed to get my bills paid too. I have not received a disconnect notice in over 20 years, guys. Hello? Does anybody not realize what I just said? I get my bills paid on
time. If you can keep up with your bills, then why are you getting money to pay your bills if you've never been late in 20 years? Why are you taking money to pay bills? I just don't get it. Again, you have the money. You've always had the money to pay your bills. Why are you taking money and asking for money for your bills?
Elden Ring is just a nightmare. I know you've got to really work at it, but even if you're highly leveled, some of those bosses just kick your ass.
Elden Ring, yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, for sure.
You know, I gave it a try, and I was thinking, should I have bought this? But I thought, no, I'm going to keep going. Keep
at it, yeah.
But it is a difficult game. But a lot of those
Michelle,
Souls
can't
games
you
are
just
hard anyway.
get one phone and use it for your internet and everything, like a hotspot? And that's what I do, Craig. That's what I have for the T-Mobile. The problem is twofold. Okay, my phone has only 4 gigabytes of data. I'm answering Craig's question here. So for my T-Mobile, the phone only has 4 gigabytes of data on it for the hotspot. Okay, so the mobile hotspot was supposed to give me up to 50 gigabytes of data, and that's fine. Actually, they were offering me 100 gigabytes for the same price. But then when I saw how fast I was getting for upload rates, it was like, this is bullshit. I said, this isn't making any sense. I get the same upload rate with Frontier, and I don't even have a quota. So what's the point of having a mobile internet that's going to be the same creaky speed that my home DSL has? It might as well just use the home DSL. I'm not going to save anything. I mean, I need it for when I'm mobile, yes. But how often do my mobile stream? Maybe once a month, twice a month, maybe with Krista. That's about it. So why do I need that? I don't.
Do they have a cable company over there? What's the cable company over there, Michelle?
It's Charter. It's garbage. You don't want it.
You don't know. No, I'm not talking about the cable, but what about the internet? Can you not get cable internet?
Yes, I get cable internet, but it's garbage. I just told you the fact that it's just garbage.
Oh, it's not better than the DSL.
Frontier is going to be offering fiber soon to Winston, so maybe if we go with fiber, we'll be getting symmetrical 20 or 50 gigabits per 60
fiber lines.
Make sure I got this right. Is it gigabits or megabits?
I mean, fiber optic
download rate is there's 2 plans of 500 megabits per second symmetrical and 1 gigabyte per second, a gigabit symmetrical.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to go and get some food before I get changed.
Now,
Andrew, have a good
day. The only problem is
guys, I'll definitely see you guys tomorrow.
If you set up,
likewise,
here's the catch. I mentioned this on one of my videos before. If you set up fiber in Winstead, you lose your analog phone line, and they only give you voice over IP. What was going on with the internet with some bad people, it would have knocked out my voice over IP too. Because they would be slamming my IP address, and that would also disable my voice over IP server, so I wouldn't be able to call for emergency or for assistance or anything like that. So that's no good. And even the technician agreed with me when he saw what was going on. He said, yeah. He said, for you and also a lot of businesses that were interested in doing this, said we need to keep our copper wires as well because of safety. but the company didn't want to offer as a package. Was they want to phase out all the copper phone lines. I said, well, he said, but I agree with you. He said, businesses are saying the same thing. They want to keep the phone lines as backups in case things go wrong. So how do you solve that problem?
With a cell phone?
No, on a home phone.
No, with a cell phone is how you solve the problem. You just use your cell phone if you have a,
Yeah, but the cell phone still uses something similar to voice over IP, and it's like I said,
but it's a completely different entity, Michelle. If you can't use your home phone, you can still use the cell phone, right? I mean,
except guess what? In my local area, T-Mobile's backhaul goes through Frontier's fiber optic cables.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh.
know what to tell you on that one. Yeah.
I don't know. It's something I said to the guy nicely. I said, look, I said, let me know, have your contact people. Let me know when they might be able to work something out for the people that want to still keep the analog phone lines, but still want the fiber package. It should not be all or nothing. It should be, if I want to pay extra to have a home phone and have fiber internet, I should be able to have both. And not everybody has cell phone. Not everybody wants a cell phone. And that's another thing too. Not everybody wants a cell phone. Absolutely. I mean, it's become, a lot of people do have them, but there are people that still don't want them. Where is the internet going to go, though? What does that mean? Scottish Dave. Where is the internet going to go, though?
Not all people have cell phones. That's pretty hard to believe now in this day and age, Scottish Dave.
Well, I can name a couple of groups that don't. The Amish. Actually, they do. Some of them do have cell phones, but they stay in the phone shed. Well, how do they charge them? Solar panels? Oh, okay. Why put in all the fiber optics and make it obsolete? I don't think fiber optics is necessarily going to become obsolete that soon. It's very expensive to run now. It's very expensive to run fiber optic cables. Well, my internet goes through my landline. Right. So does mine. That's why I got ADSL 2 plus bonded. But if they decide to put fiber optic cable here, they're gonna cut the wire goes to the phone line, tape it up and say abandoned, and then after getting enough abandoned, they'll just replace all the copper wire with a big fiber optic cable and say, "Oh, we don't need all those hardwired customers anymore." That's what they're thinking. But like I said, businesses and individuals are saying we don't want that. We still want to have the option of having a home phone line that goes directly to the central office of the power fail, so we can still make and receive phone calls. Problem is the cell phone companies, the internet companies, from Frontier to AT&T, U.S, don't want to be a Class 2. They don't want to have anything to do with the Class 2 regulations of the FCC. That's the problem. As a Class 2, they are mandated to keep analog telephone service active. Everybody's already switching everything over to voice over IP over fiber.
More than likely.
But that means that you have to have a powered interface to make it work. And Craig, by the way, I called your house phone. You're going to have the Verizon change the battery in your D-Slam. Apparently your battery's dead. So, because when I call your house phone, it rings once, it hangs up on me. So you're going to have to call Verizon and find out what the story with the battery is. It's probably expired.
That's probably just Craig, Michelle, He's picking it up and hanging it up on you. Probably just Greg doing that.
No, he's not doing that. It doesn't even ring.
Maybe I should schedule to go.
There you
go. Well, I still have a phone. Yeah, before you over IP. In other words, you take it with ATA connected up.
He's Ronnie, right?
Ronnie. The hard R.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle, I gotta go see a man about a horse. I'm gonna jump off of here and wish you a good day as well as the chat, Michelle. Stay cool. Don't get too warm over there in Winstead. Get some gaming in. Get some music in. Have a good day, Michelle.
All right.
And we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
All right. Take care.
Yeah. So basically, that's that. So the way it works, like I said, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make everybody's voice over IP. Just like Montgomery Scott said in Star Trek The Motion Picture. Aye, really easy to mess up the plumbing. Absolutely. With everything going through fiber optic cable, all it takes is one person with a lot of botnets to basically do DDoS and knock a person flat on their ass. That's it. No phone calls, no internet, no nothing. That's scary as heck. Because at least, you know, if someone does DDoS, I can still pick up the phone because it's hardwired to the central office switch and call them directly and go, hey, I got a problem, you know. But it's not going to work that way anymore. Yeah, you still, like I said, you still have a house phone, but you'll be using a ATA similar to what I have in my drawer here. I do have one in here. Where is it? Yeah, you would have. Yes, it kind of looks like this. Okay, you plug your phone in here, plug your internet cable in here, plug your phone in here, and this would convert voice over IP signals to whatever your phone uses. But if the batteries go dead, guess what? This goes dead. So then you lose your phone service. The IP2 network. Yeah, well, never heard of IP2 network. But that's pretty much the way it works. So, you know, I think we had a pretty good show this morning. It was nice having Craig on here. It was nice having Andrew on here. It was nice having Paul on here. It was nice having Skynet on here. Tiger Kitty, unfortunately, was not able to make it. Do take a look at the tarot card reading I have uploaded this morning. If you can, do check out Virgo the Goddess's channel for tarot readings. She only does Virgo. She doesn't do any other signs. If you're looking for other signs for tarot readers, I recommend Secret Tarot and Truth Told Tarot and Mystic Witch Tarot if you're looking for that. Because I'm still working on my own tarot readings right now. And morning shows are still doing good. The morning shows are still bringing in views. New people do come on the show every day. And that tells me at least the morning shows are doing well. We do have a night show scheduled for at least Saturday. I don't know about Friday. I have not figured out if we're doing Friday night one. But we definitely do have a Saturday night show. So that's something to keep in mind. And let's see. I got a few minutes. We just pull up something here. Although I'll be honest, those little graphs are so small, it's hard to see them on the phone. If you look at my graphs, my analytics, which you can't see them, but the channel is bringing in a lot of viewers, a lot of new people coming in. Let me pull up some of the stats here for you. I wanted to show you this. So, I'm going to put this up on the screen. I'm like one of those people that says, show it or it didn't happen. You know, there's always somebody out there who's always going to say something like, this doesn't matter, this isn't important, you're blowing smoke out of your anus. Okay, so let's take a look at this graph right here. This is the one I'm going to take a look at. So let's take a look at the audience. Okay, this is where we are right now. Now, there's a few days behind here, but if you look, you'll see that the new viewers is staying pretty consistent around 13, 11, 14. Returning viewers are on the rise as well. I'm going to extrapolate based on the last one we have here is on August 30th. I'm sorry, July 30th. Because August 2nd hasn't been done yet, so we still have a few days in between. And I'm going to say it looks like the new viewers is probably still about the same, about 13. The returning viewers is probably going to be maybe about 80, 85. That's just based on the way it goes here. Revenue, well, as much as I think it's kind of stupid to bring it up, we got $68.29 in July. But the problem is $68.29 is below the $100. So I'm not going to get paid that on June 21st. August 21st. Which sucks. Seriously. Okay. That just sucks. Subscriber count. Subscribers, we're holding our own. We got, right now, we were at 0 on the 31st. After we lost -1 on the 29th, -1 on the 30th. Now, currently it looks like this is today. Monday, we got 3 new subs. So it looks like we are still holding our own. We're still holding our own. Now, some of you say, what about the number of viewing hours? Well, the viewer hours is about standard. That doesn't change much. So right now it looks like we're holding our own. That's all that matters. Is that we're holding our own. But Krista says, hey Michelle, would it be cheaper just to have a cell phone and then have just your hotspot doing? It would be about the same price. It would be about the same price because you get. See, I got the emergency broadband benefit for the home phone and the home internet. So, and the problem with that is the EBB was not offered by T-Mobile. I don't know what the reason was, but it was offered by Frontier, so I took it with Frontier. Okay, and I saved over $80 on my home phone and internet, which was a major chunk of change right there, from going $120 a month to $40. So that was a major savings. Now, the cell phone, with the internet speed that I need, internet rate I need is like 100 gigabytes. Is like, oh Lord, I gotta say it costs you about 140, something like that. Yeah, 145, 150. So, and then I find out that the speed is still crap because they deprioritized down to only an upload speed of 1.8 gigabits or megabits per second, which is the same speed that I get for uploading with Frontier. So you're paying more for the same crap. It's not a better deal. Yeah, because you got cable. No, they're not the same cost for all three services. If it wasn't for the emergency broadband benefit package for my home phone, I would definitely be paying about $75, $80 a month, which would have been almost the same rate as T-Mobile without the broadband. Okay, except for my phone, but that's so it's not the same rate. And cable internet in my area is what Chris just got. I don't know what her speed is, but she doesn't normally do a lot of video uploads, so I don't think it really would affect her much. It's a safety issue. It's why the home phone's there, so if there's ever an emergency. I don't always have my cell phone with me. And right now, this cell phone is kind of messed up because the battery needs to be replaced. And if I had to call emergency services and all of a sudden my call gets dropped in the middle because the battery crashes and I'm screwed, at least I don't have to worry about that with the home phone. And that's something to consider. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad for £21 a month. Yeah, that's something. Unfortunately, that's not what we're here in the United States. You might get the home phone line for £21 a month, but you're still gonna end up paying extra for the internet package, which is gonna probably add another £20 to that, and then taxes and everything else that they do. Right, you're probably using voice over IP. You probably plug your phone into it and serial attachment device like this. So, in other words, this is something similar to what you might have in your router as it's built in, where there's phone jacks on the sides. You plug in the Ethernet cable here, or your phone wire from the cable company here, and then you have the phone jacks here. Yeah, it's okay for what it is. It's £21 a month. He lives in the UK. £21 a month. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Whiskey Man. I agree with you. America, you definitely screw us every time. Because the UK and Europe has much better and more competitive services for internet than us. It's a shame because it's true. I wish it wasn't so, but it is. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Or in the UK, you've probably got a couple of choices for phone providers. Oh, he lives in Ireland. Okay. Stan says, tarot readings, please. Will the San Diego Padres acquire superstar Juan Soto from Washington and win the World Series? Will San Diego Padres acquire superstar Juan Soto? East Belfast. Okay, that's the Republic. That's the Northern Ireland. Yes, Northern Ireland. All right, I gotta go get my cards. They're in my walker. Hold on a minute here. Yeah, my walker. Okay, give me a minute. Let me get my walker. Because that's where my cards are in. I don't think I need to pull everything. Okay. I don't know anything about this Juan Soto. But I don't really know anything about sports anyway. So, okay. I'm gonna estimate that this should be relatively a simple thing to figure out. Let me just go get this thing. Get my other camera up here. Yep. Alright. So we'll start with make sure we get all the cards. Because I do them out on the porch. So there's the book, there's the cards. Just is. You know, that's one thing I never did figure out. What happens if you lose cards in a deck? Or, you know, one other thing I would like to wonder is for some of the tarot readings, if you got like two of the same decks, you mix them together. If that's, you know, bad juju, I don't know. Okay, Juan Soto Padres. Let's see. Let's start with that. Will the Padres, we're gonna break this into two parts. Will they acquire Juan Soto? I don't know anything about Juan Soto. Mother, keep this simple, please. Mother's angel spirits, holy spirit. Let's keep this simple. Padres, do they acquire Juan Soto? I'm gonna break this into two readings because it's easier that way. Okay. King of Pentacles. 7, 6. This is a gift rating. This is the 6 of Pentacles. King of Cups. Just from those 3 cards alone, I'm going to say yes. They are going to take him. Juan Soto. Because remember, the King of Pentacles is the man of knowledge and awareness. So yeah, I'm going to say they're probably going to take him. And maybe they'll work on something where they get him perversely as a gift. Maybe the price isn't too bad. So I would say reading number 1, the Knight of Cups is riding towards romantic adventure for him. Maybe Juan Soto is going to go ahead and find this new team to be something that's beneficial for him. Alright, so that takes care of reading number 1. Now, let's get back to the next question. I'm going to make sure I got this straight. So it sounds like it's good, more than likely answer is yes. He says, and will the Washington win the World Series this year? Washington win the World Series this year. Okay, will Washington win the World Series in baseball this year? keep it simple, please. No reversals. I don't want to do reversals. Reversals are absolutely misery for me. Every time I do reversals, it's like I have to keep looking at the book every single time. So keep it simple. Washington win the World Series this year. Let me make sure I got the right. It's World Series, not the Super Bowl. Okay. Okay, so I got the 3 of Pentacles. As I said, they're not doing reversal, so Strength card, that sounds promising. One more card here. Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to say, based on their experience in baseball, thus the Craftsman, 3 of Pentacles card, and the Strength dedication, that the final outcome is they're going to get the Ace of Pentacles, which in this case means to win the World Series. So I'm going to say 90% certainty. Yes, things can change, and so keep that in mind, that there's no guarantee it's going to stay that way when this World Series comes around, because things can change, you know, in life, in health, in death, whatever. You know, things change. So I gotta fix this box. I'm gonna use some shipping tape and seal this box shut, because I need to keep these cards in the box so I don't lose the cards. I have a router with Wi-Fi. I don't need Ethernet cable. Okay. I have a router with Wi-Fi also, but I still use wired ports too. So look at Roku. I don't know if you can get one out in Ireland. Yes, they do come in Ireland. We get free show and hooks up to your TV, but it don't have to have. You just have to have the internet, right? You can also get services like Crackle, Tubi, Pluto already without a Roku. Because I can watch Tubi and Pluto on my Mac without needing to use a streaming device like that. Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, but the only thing is, though, is with wireless, my personal experience, especially in 802.11.G and N, is the 2.5 gigahertz band is pretty congested. If you really, really are concerned about not having enough internet, you might want to consider going for 802.11, not G, but the next level up, which is 2.5 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz. I forgot what they call that, but that's definitely the way to go. Right, it's just like a Fire Stick. Right. I believe the Roku may have a few more channels of specialty programming. Okay, now you want to know. Okay, you want to know if San Diego will win. Oh, well, in a way, I kind of answered your question in the sense that it looks like Washington might win. But let's see. You want me to try to change the question again? Okay, let me change the question again. I mean, just to be fair, okay? Let's ask the same question. Who's rolling your eye? Oh, sorry. You want me to do it this time? You do it this time. I already jinxed it. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, will San Diego win the World Series this year? Will San Diego win the World Series this year after getting Juan Soto? Which Michelle mentioned Juan Soto. Will San Diego win the World Series this year? Let's see. Angel Spirit Guides. Keep it simple, please. No reversals. Thank you. No reversals. Just keep it simple. Oh, I see the 9 of Cups. I see the 10 of Pentacles. I see fond childhood memories. Fond childhood memories. So what would be, how was the fond childhood memories? Maybe they're talking about they'll do similar to what they did in the past when they won. There'll be many people having fond memories last time San Diego won the World Series. But let me see one more card. 9 of Swords. Ooh, quick energy. This guy is going out to fight. Fight! He's going out there to fight, man. So he's going to fight to win. And the last card is the Queen of Cups. A lot of emotional energy. Woman pregnant with possibilities. A dreamy woman who's, yeah, I'm going to say looks possible. But then again, like Michelle also pulled up the other one of Washington at 1. So it could be a toss-up. So, alright, so let's compare the two. Okay. Since Michelle originally thought Washington was gonna win, all of the two teams, Washington and San Diego, Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guides, which is the most likely to be the winner? Now, the problem is, to ask that question is, there's no way to spell out the winner. So, I guess since you want Washington, Washington versus San Diego, how likely is that Washington is going, or San Diego is going to defeat Washington? I guess that's the best I can do. So let's see. Ace of Wands. Oh, San Diego is going to beat Washington. There we go. Ace of Wands right there says it. Yep. Then one more card. Oh, competition sham. In other words, it looks like it's going to be a tight one. 5 of Swords. 5 of Wands, I'm sorry. So there's going to be it's going to be a tight contest. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy breezy cover girl. This is going to be a contest between the two. So I guess now the question that you might want to know is, okay, so that means if it's tight, what's the final outcome? The Emperor number 4. Emperor number 4. Okay. Let's see. Emperor number 4. Let's see. Stability, power, protection, leadership, conviction, reason. Well, it looks like there's definitely stability and power, conviction, reason. So it sounds like they're saying is that San Diego indeed may have the edge over Washington. I don't think they're boring. I think they're actually very interesting. Thank you very much. I think these spam sites are boring. I don't even know why we even get these. Why do we get these? Why do we get these commercial spam? Most likely will the New York Yankees against the San Diego Padres in the World Series. Your turn. Oh, God. All right. So now you want to know about the New York Yankees. All right, I'll do this. I'll do one more. Okay, New York Yankees versus the San Diego Padres World Series. Okay. So you want to know is will the San Diego Padres beat the New York Yankees? The San Diego Padres beat the New York Yankees in the World Series. Keep it simple, please. No reversals. Okay. I try really hard to shuffle these cards. Good, but I don't like to lose cards, so I try to shuffle them carefully. Alright, so no reversals, simple straight ups, okay? King of Pentacles again. Ooh! Somebody turns their back on it. Oh my goodness. You got the Eight of Cups here. Does that mean that somehow the Padres basically turned their back on it? After it looks like it's pretty promising? That doesn't make any sense. Crossroads energy. Eight of Wands. Okay, so... And the last one, I'm going to pull the last one right now, is the Devil card. Ooh. Oh my goodness. It sounds like the Padres are going to have to do an exorcism. Alright, let's see. What do they do after they do the exorcism? It looks like they get the Ace of Pentacles. So, in other words, it sounds like it was nip and tuck for a while. And it was challenging. It looked like it was for a while. There was some question if they were going to do it. So it looks like they do overcome it and they do beat the New York Yankees. So San Diego Padres will beat the New York Yankees in the World Series. I don't know if that's the playoff games or if that's the final game. You know, but it definitely sounds like an interesting situation. Like I said, tarot is actually pretty interesting because you can do. Some people think tarot cards are boring. I don't really think they're boring because I think it's just interesting. It's kind of like a I'm gonna say this as an educated person. That tarot to me is kind of like throwing the die and seeing how the die rolls. You know, is it gonna come up heads? Is it gonna come up tails? You know, you're gonna get a snake eye? You're gonna get a 6? How do you know what the number is gonna be? Okay, you know, maybe looking for like when you're playing dice. When I say, "Well, I want to get a double 6, or I want to get snake eyes," and you just watch the statistics. Yeah. Yeah, do you get soccer? That's a good question. Maybe in Ireland you might. But in the United States... I think baseball is more of an American game. I don't think baseball is something that they get a lot in Europe. I mean, maybe they get maybe they get the, there's some baseball games out there, but I don't think, soccer's not, okay. Yeah, MLB.com. you could probably buy a subscription to Major League Baseball, MLS, Euro Soccer. I don't know if you can buy a subscription to that. Can almost see your boobs. Oh, well, yeah, I know you can probably see my boobs. Duh. Ain't that obvious? Yeah. Yeah. Try not to get the censors too upset. Yeah, you can see I'm pretty well equipped. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty well equipped. Big bumps, big bumps. Yeah. I don't know. Baseball is kind of I have a love-hate relationship with the game personally. I mean, it's okay. It's not my cup of tea. They're really not. I don't really. I like baseball, and they also have hockey out there. They don't play. They don't usually watch American football, but what they call football, we call soccer. So European football is soccer. Australian rules rugby is more like our football. Yeah, I do know what hockey is. It's kind of like soccer and ice. That's one way to think of hockey. That's soccer and ice. Pretty much, it's played kind of the same way. Yeah, it's like soccer and ice. Um, People like soccer. Yeah, I agree with it. It is fast. Because of the way that the things go. Yeah, it is fast to watch, especially when the puck is flying. And, it's just a little tiny dot on your screen and you're watching the game. And if the cameraman isn't actually tracking the puck, it's kind of hard to see it. I don't know. I just, like I said, I don't really mind hockey. It's just that it's not my thing. I mean, I agree with you. It's a little fast to me. Soccer is okay. Better known as European football is fine. I don't mind watching it. We do have a Major League Soccer in the United States. It's just that it doesn't have a lot of viewership compared to Major League Baseball or the NFL and the NBA, NHL. But there are loyal fans of MLS. They are people that will watch it. I'm sure Ed would want to know if the New York Mets. Alright, Stan, one more time. I gotta fix this deck holder. Yeah, no, I gotta fix this. Last one. Let's see. Alright, last one. Okay. Let's go for it. Yeah, let's see. Get in there. Okay, Mother God, Father God, Angel Spirit Guide, last tarot card for the morning. Last tarot card for the morning. Will the New York New York Mets defeat the San Diego Padres in the World Series. Keep it simple, please. No reversals. A simple yes or no would be awesome. Well, the New York Mets beat the San Diego Padres in the World Series. Okay, let's see. Oh. Well, I got the 6 of Wands. The World card, that sounds like more like an affirmative than anything. The Hierophant. And one more. Ooh. 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 Illusion. That sounds like they were going to. That they literally had promised, but something happened in the end, and something caused defeat. Okay. Because the sharp and pointies are skewering the Mets. So why is the Ten of Swords in here? Ten of Swords. Pain, affliction, death, end of cycle, dissolution. Alright, so keep the reading relatively straightforward. The answer is, it looked promising first, but unfortunately, something fell apart. Maybe one of the star players was unable to play, for example, so the Mets at the last minute face disappointment. Even though it looked very promising. The New York Mets do not beat the San Diego Padres. Sorry. I love Krista and I'm 89. I'm going to... Oh, unfortunately, she's already married. Do you think anyone watches snuff porn? I don't know what snuff porn is. Can you send me a link? What kind of link do you want? Oh, you mean for the chat? You mean for the Google Hangouts link? Yeah, I still have it open, I think. Oh, actually, I gotta reopen it. Yeah, let me reopen the panel. I did close it because I thought we were gonna close early, but I guess that's not the case. Yeah, I could talk for a tiny bit more, but we can see my hair's growing out. Yeah, see that? You can see the roots coming in there. They're just coming in. That's why I gotta get my hair retouched. Okay. No, we did not win anything. Nothing. Not even a free game. Didn't even win a free game. Oh, I get Stan on here too. 1 minute. Let's see if he's free. Get both you guys on at the same time. Get both you guys on at the same time. So, yeah, so the thing is that, yeah. Let me go get some tape. I'm gonna I gotta fix this box with the cards because I don't want to lose the box because I don't have anything to store them in. And I gotta use the bathroom real quick too. Oh, let me get people in first. I'll get Craig on. Let's see if we can get Stan on too real quick here, but okay, I'm back.
Hi, thanks, Michelle. Appreciate it.
I gotta make a quick run to the bathroom, so if you could give me a few minutes, I'll put the chat up in the window so you can see what's going on and you can talk to the people while I run and do a quick bathroom break, okay?
All right. Okay, you're doing number 1 and number 2.
Alright, so here we go. Oh wait, who's ringing the doorbell now? Somebody that's talking too damn fast for you to fucking answer. Oh. It's the same. It's Yam Ranch again. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back, Craig, okay? 1 minute.
Okay, Michelle.
Craig will talk to you for a little bit,
Hello,
guys.
everybody. Hello, Whiskey Man. Krista. John. I don't know whether Paul left or not. I guess Paul left. Let me see. It's a little small for me to read. Let me see. Oh, yeah, John. Ed watches porn all the time. Sure. Whiskey Man, you're 89. Holy crap. I'm 74. Good for you. I hope you're in good health, or fairly good health. Stan's there, Mega Millions tickets. Yeah, I bought 2 for Tuesday, and I did not win. Otherwise, you'd all be rich. So what's on your agenda for today? So that would be great. You and Denise would get along great. It's too bad we live so far away. Whiskey Man. You're 89. How are you doing? Is everything going well? How do you call yourself, Whiskey Man?
Okay,
do you
I'm
like
back.
whiskey?
Our troublemaker is still doing the ding dong over there. I don't know why they do that.
Oh, what are they calling the studio number? Michelle?
I don't have the studio.
What number are they
up.
calling?
So.
The studio number?
What's that?
Are they calling and busting balls on
No.
number?
They're trying to get on the Google Meets. The problem is, it's Yam.
Oh.
It's Yam Rand sympathizer, for lack of a better name, and they know I don't want to deal with them, and so they're kind of aggravated because I made it very clear.
Don't get aggravated, honey. Don't get aggravated. This is YouTube. You know it. Let it roll off your back just like a duck.
Okay.
Don't get aggravated. When you're on YouTube, these things are going to happen. They happen to Rosie. They happen to Kev TV, everybody.
And what's this you're talking about? You mean with the people keep bringing the ding dong in the panels?
Yeah. Anything that happens on YouTube. It's YouTube. It is what it is. You have to just forget.
It's frustrating because it's like, you try to explain to these people very firmly and say, look, I don't want this to keep happening, and they're like, go suck eggs kind of mentality. And it's like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah,
well, if you don't want to at least respect me, I'm not going to respect you. I'm not going to have you on a panel. That's it. You can ring your doorbell white all you want. It's not going to...
Well, the more attention you pay, the more they're going to do. So just ignore it. When I worked for Lexus, I went to 6 weeks of what do you call it?
Okay.
Psychology. They had to deal with customers that are angry and things like that.
Yeah.
So just let it roll off your back, all right? Well, and I was gonna, you know why I got back on Maine is for tomorrow. They're forecasting 100 degrees for our area.
Well, let me ask you a question about from the business perspective, though. When you have customers that keep going to the dealership over and over and over again, and you probably get on the phone with them and you say, "Why are you calling me up all the time?" When, and they don't explain the way you're upset with you, and you're like, "Well, okay, you don't want to tell me what the problem is with the car or whatever, and how can I fix it?" I don't get it. Or how about when they keep calling you and then they keep hanging up on you repeatedly? That's what he's doing. He's not even getting through the customer service. He's just calling, hanging up the phone repeatedly. That's what he's doing. In other words, he's let it ring once and he hangs up on you.
Any way to block it?
Because it's annoying to listen to.
Michelle, is there any way to block that number? I know I can block numbers on my phone. Can you?
I actually can block people to some extent on Google Meets, but the problem is that I need the email addresses, and then they'll just create all new ones, and so then they create all new addresses, and then I have to block that address, and it gets kind of frustrating after a while. And it's like, you're saying to yourself, "Why are you calling me repeatedly like this?" And they're like, "Because I want to, because I'm an asshole."
Yeah.
Fine, but that doesn't mean I have to suffer. Yeah.
Rosie tells them, just go to one of your other 1,000 links or whatever the hell you call them. Whatever. She just boots them out.
Yeah, but it's just so rude to do that. I don't understand why the logic they do this. I don't understand the mentality behind these people. Some of these people are so immature. They're not even adults. Analytically, chronologically, they're adults, but they act like little 10-year-olds.
Yeah, I know.
And it's like, you're sitting there. Especially if you're having a panel and you're having a serious conversation with someone, and then they come on and they do. You are nice. You let them on, and the next thing you know, they do the stupid soundboards and the other bullshit, and it's like, you kind of quietly box your ears and say, "Listen, I don't have time for this." That's what I feel like saying to some of these people. I don't have time for this. And they're like, "Well, you better make time for me." Why do I have to make time for you? Because these are the people here watching your channel, la 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 la. And you're like, "Oh yeah, you're the reason." Well, maybe if you stop, that's like a ram-a-lemma ding dong. Maybe I actually would talk to you. But when they don't even talk to you.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Crap, that looks
just annoying, but
that looks like garbage. But they can't help it. I need to keep my. I got to keep my tarot cards together.
Lives, that's what it is. They don't have a life, so. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Whatever will be at. If you can block them, you block them somehow. What are they calling you on Google Meets?
Thanks, Stan. Much appreciated. Washington slugger Juan Soto has been traded to San Diego Padres. Right, correct. Exactly. It's a pretty simple rating. Yeah, that's a pretty simple rating. But the result with the New York Mets, however, I don't know what caused a disgrace when it looked very hopeful that they were going to beat the San Diego Padres, and in the end, something goes wrong and they can't.
Yeah.
I think more than likely it was probably an injured player that caused them basically to lose. You know, players do get injured in the game, you know. So, unwanted spam, report that. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, what I was going to tell you is it's supposed to be very, very, very warm tomorrow. And what I was thinking is,
yes, I know.
Maybe by the end of today or whatever, maybe you can shuffle a little bit of your stuff into the bedroom where you have air conditioning, and do your tomorrow morning from there. I don't know how hard it is.
Well, you know what? Since I do the morning show and I don't necessarily do a night show, and the fact is that me and Ed are going to be holed up in the bedroom, I don't think it's going to be likely that I'm going to be streaming from the bedroom because it's going to get on Ed's nerves. I think it would be probably just easier just not to stream at all, or maybe do a quick vlog outside once the sun goes down.
Oh, you can. How's the pitch? When
that beeping is a Yammer sympathizer. That's who that what beeping was a Yammer sympathizer.
Oh, I see. Whatever, who cares? How is the porch in the evening? When do you get the sun on the porch?
In the evening, it's usually pretty good. I mean, let me get some fresh weather update for Thursday. Because obviously Saturday is going to be
they're supposedly saying it's very serious tomorrow for older people to stay in.
All right. Well, Thursday says the high is going to be 34 degrees. Okay. Friday is going to still be warm, a high of 32, but Saturday is going to cool down to 30. That's at the peak of the day. So
what's that now? Tell me temperatures, but I get confused.
What, Frankenstein units? Come on. It's like, right now today is supposed to be a high of 30. So let's take a look for tonight's lows after sunset. It's going to be probably about 24 degrees. In other words, it's about, let's see, 8 plus 68 is about 76 degrees, maybe? So 24 degrees Celsius. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, now what does it say for the high of tomorrow? And just tell me in Fahrenheit, because I don't understand the Celsius. Tomorrow is supposed to be the bitch.
Yeah, it's going to be humid. I got a feeling the relative the humidity is going to be up there, too. The dew point.
They said it's going to be a feel like 100 or 100, over 100 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that it's gonna be warm, but I think it's gonna be humid too.
That's what they said.
Right now, for example, me and Ed were trying to figure out one thing with the refrigerator door, which is some reason the pin sometimes keeps sliding out of the door, and the door comes off the refrigerator. The only thing I had was some heavy copper-clad steel wire from a coaxial cable. So I basically wrapped about one layer of wire, and then I basically tensioned it up as tight as I can with my lineman's pliers on the pin so it can't ride up. So hopefully it can't slide out of the hole now, but it can still open and close the door as it's doing. But like I told Ed, I said, Ed, I'm not going to guarantee how long this is going to hold. He said, isn't there a long-term solution to this problem? I said, there might be. I just don't know, Yeah. I said, maybe if I could add a retaining clip or something like a spring clip or something that could actually keep the pin from sliding up.
Well, let me ask you a question. Whose refrigerator is that? Is that yours or is that Jimmy's?
It's Jimmy's.
don't you show it to him, and maybe he'll get you another refrigerator.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like he doesn't want to do anything, but that's something that's dangerous.
I think in this case, I think that it's not a common issue where you hear a tenant go, say, "Excuse me, Mr. Landlord, your door keeps falling off my refrigerator."
Yeah, well, I think that's a pretty serious problem myself.
Unfortunately enough, he knows I'm pretty crafty. He knows I'll figure out a solution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a spring clip or something. If the copper wire doesn't hold, and it seems to be holding.
Is it like a door?
But like I told Ed, I said ideally what I would do is, because you don't want to have all that, you might as well defrost your refrigerator at the same time, is take the freezer door off by removing the screws in the top of the refrigerator, and then take that, and then lift the door off, and that way you can get access to the pin below, and then find a matching spring clip that's the same size diameter as the pin, and basically ram it, or not ram sounds so violent. Basically, since the spring clip would be the same size as the pin, just put the pin through the hole, then have it go through the spring clip at the same time. So again, the door, the spring clip won't ride up. That's the easiest way. Or if you want to borrow a MIG or stick welder, you could weld it in place.
I think it's time for a new refrigerator. What is it, a double door or a single door?
No, it's a standard top and bottom refrigerator.
It's got a separate door for the freezer and the refrigerator?
Yeah. No, so it's got a separate freezer and a separate refrigerator, yep.
Yeah.
It's a General Electric one from the 1970s.
Yeah, well, I would mention it to Jimmy. So I'm afraid the door
I have, but he hasn't gotten back to me about it yet.
Yeah. Well.
How are you doing right now? I'm doing fine. It's starting to get a little warm, but it's not like too bad. So.
Yeah, well, you think that maybe you could send a picture to Jimmy of the door and see if that would help?
Yeah, but you know what? The problem is he's just as much of a technically illiterate as Ed is. In fact, in some ways, even more so, because he doesn't even know how to respond to text messages.
Yeah,
so,
well,
all I can do is show him on the phone. Show him in person what I did for now to fix the refrigerator. But like I told Ed, and I would tell Jimmy the same thing, is I don't know how long this is going to work, how long this is going to hold. It could hold for a week, it could hold for a month, it could hold for a day. Well, it's already been there for more than a day, and it's still holding. The point is that it's a Band-Aid fix. It's not really a permanent solution to the problem.
Well, I don't understand why Jimmy doesn't buy a refrigerator. All of that stuff is tax deductible at the end of the year.
He buys this stuff secondhand.
Oh, is that he does?
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a refrigerator in Best Buy or something like that for like $379. That's economical to run. It must be costing a fortune in electric too.
You can get a nice quality Whirlpool refrigerator like ours, brand new from Lowe's for about, garage grade, which would be good for hot weather because it's designed to deal with being in a garage, for about $799. I mean, it's not contractor grade. If you're talking about contractor grade, you can get them cheaper, but the one thing I'm concerned about
would be better than what you have.
Yeah, but the one thing is,
I would mention it to him. It's going to have to be replaced at one point anyway. Might as well be now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway, see how long that holds.
It definitely has rust issues. It's starting to get rusty too in there on the door door. Yeah, so I'm like, the only thing I'm concerned about with some of the newer refrigerants is they're using propane and butane as refrigerants nowadays in refrigerators.
Yeah.
They don't use Freon anymore. They're not even using R410A. They're using regular propane and butane as a refrigerant.
Oh, I know they have refrigerators that are Energy Star, which are less uses of electric. I bet $40 of that electric bill that you just had. I bet $40 a month.
I think our bill's a lot more than 40 because of the refrigerator. Honestly, I would say in the winter time, I was when I wasn't streaming for like the 2 months because I was still paying the electric here. It was like just the electric bill alone. No one here was like $60. I got a feeling that probably closer to $50 is going to the refrigerator.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Well,
because the problem was, like when the 1970s, the insulation layer in that thing was a type of fiberglass, which was kind of not really high R value. It wasn't that great.
No, not at all. My refrigerator turns on about once every 2 hours.
Okay, well mine turns on every hour, and maybe turns off for like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so
mention it to him again.
On the other hand, if I talked to Jimmy and I said to him, listen, tell you what, if you let me break on the rent, if I buy the refrigerator and I give you the receipt, would you give me the 1 month's rent free? I got a feeling he'll go, no! You never know.
Well,
maybe you might say, well, how about halvesies? Well, I don't know if I can do halvesies right now. But that's something we can look into. Maybe you might say, I'll tell you what, you can take $400 off the rent, you show me the receipt, and then, so you're still going to have to pay me $400 a month's rent, but then, I said, but then I'm going to also be $400 short for the refrigerator.
Refrigerator is about $379.
Unless they go ahead over there and get a Lowe's credit card or something.
Yeah, well, you can do that. But Best Buy is actually, I don't know whether you have the Best Buy there, but they're actually cheaper.
Yeah, but the thing is where's the nearest Best Buy in Winston?
Not a Best Buy in Winston.
If I buy the refrigerator out of my own money completely, out of my own money, gosh, I'd own the refrigerator, but there'd be another albatross to lug around my neck on the move, right?
Yeah, I know. You got to take that with you.
Yeah.
And then he fixes there's no refrigerator. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I would just keep mentioning it to him until he...
Right. Well, technically, you're right. If that's what I'm saying. It's just that I would tell Jimmy straight out, if you want me to buy the refrigerator outright, that's fine, but you're not going to be getting rent 1 month.
Yeah, well, the refrigerator is not $800.
Yeah.
About $379, you can get an energy efficient refrigerator. You don't need anything huge.
I looked what Jimmy was actually. I looked in used appliance stores for refrigerators, and I actually had this conversation in the past with him, and it was like, it's my business. I buy what I want. Yeah, you buy what you want, but why couldn't you buy brand new with warranty? And he said, Michelle, if the refrigerator is still working after all these years, and you know the warranty is pretty much guaranteed that they're still going to be running. Yeah, case in point, like the one in my kitchen.
Whatever. Just You know the old expression, the squeaky wheel gets the grease?
Actually, Tiger Kitty, that depends because some landlords don't have any appliances in the apartment. So when you rent an apartment, you have to bring your own appliances. Some landlords rent it like that. Bring your own appliances. BYOBA. Bring your own appliances.
Yeah, well, when you get off the chat, why don't you look up refrigerators at Best Buy and just get an idea of how much they are.
I don't know if you can get one at Walmart.
Yeah, I think so. I think they
little tiny, little apartment-sized ones, maybe.
Yeah, but I would get like a 16 cubic foot. There's plenty for you too.
I was going to buy a 19.1 cubic foot garage rated because that'll be big enough to handle all the food that we stored. Because Ed tends to buy a lot of food from Instacart.
Yeah, well, as long as it has a big freezer, that's all you care about.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Right. And Ed already told me, he says, please do not get me a refrigerator with a freezer on the bottom. I said, okay. Even though, theoretically speaking, that's the most efficient way to have the freezers on the bottom. He said, Michelle, I can't bend to get things out of a freezer. I said, the drawer slides out, Ed. I hate those refrigerators. Oh, we had one of those old refrigerators that had a freezer in the bottom. It was actually pretty nice. Just, you could store a lot, and you didn't have to, especially like for something like a turkey, you just lift the turkey with your knees. And my aunt had one, and they worked out okay.
Yeah, well, you need to have one with a freezer on the top.
My freezer's on the top,
And it's a pain
he said, well, I
like
the freezer on the top because it's at eye level. Was it okay?
Yeah.
But then again, wouldn't it be nice to have the refrigerator on eye level so you could actually see what's in there too?
Yeah.
You know what they used to make back in the 60s and 70s were wall-mounted refrigerators. They mounted like cabinets.
Right, they build them in.
Yeah, they build them in. Well, I thought I saw pictures of them. I said, like, oh, that is totally cool. Like you can have, it's at eye level. Your freezer's at eye level. Your refrigerator's eye level. I can think of where that could be a nice thing for some places.
Yeah. Oh, they're a lot of money. I guarantee that.
Yeah, well, especially now you got to buy them used because they don't make them anymore.
I'll look on Best Buy and see how much they run.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have a little one with a dent in it or something, and who cares?
Yeah, but the problem is we're talking about R90 refrigerant or R600A butane. I don't really think you want one with a dent, especially if one of the refrigerant lines may be leaking or something. That's not a good idea. It's not like it's R11 or R22. It's like you're talking about combustible gas. In fact, there have been homes. People have had explosions from refrigerators that have developed leaks. So, I don't see a lot of stories about that, but there have been people that have had refrigerators explode because of leaks in propane and butane. So, you got to make sure, be safe about that.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look them up on Best Buy and see how much
I'm surprised you didn't suggest something from Lowe's.
Well, Lowe's is a little pricey.
I wouldn't know if Home Depot would have been any better because they offer delivery too, so that would have been nice. Free deliveries, that would have been good. Plus, they take away the old one. But part of me feels kind of bad for the old refrigerator because really, in a way, it kind of belongs in an old refrigerator home. Because the thing's been around since 1970. This thing is a senior citizen. It actually deserves a nice retirement. maybe, I don't know
Well-
what you give a refrigerator for a retirement gift, but anything that has served in this building or this prior building deserves a retirement gift. I mean, this thing still works. It's not perfect, but it still works.
Yeah, we'll see how you do with the fix that you did on it now. I'll look into
It looks
a
like
couple
it's
places
holding.
that I
That's
know.
all I can say is, and I know that eventually I'm going to have to come up with a better solution. I'm already looking into it using standard hardware parts.
Do you have a PC Richards by you?
Yeah. So, like I said, we'll check into it. I want to see if this refrigerator holds up. I think it will. For a while, we were having a problem with the compressor, but then we talked to other neighbors that were having the same problem with their refrigerator compressor when it was like 36 degrees Celsius outside, so humid, the compressors weren't even starting because everybody was running the air conditioner and the voltage was too low for the compressor to start. So...
But they have a.
There is a
PC
solution
Richards.
for that, but it's kind of extra. What is it? You can get what they call a linear buck and boost transformer that you can hook into the refrigerator. Some people use it with computers. Basically, what it is like a 1500 watt rated thing, and it's got what they call a linear transformer that will actually automatically step up the voltage if it's too low and drop the voltage down if it's too high, keeping the voltage around 120 volts.
Yeah.
So that the compressor can start.
They call them soft start. They have them on camper air conditioners, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Soft start.
Yeah. Soft start.
Do you have a PC Richards there?
Well, in this
PC
case, this is produced by American Power Corporation, APC. It's called the LINAR. It's, as I said, it's a transformer. It's an auto-adjusting transformer. It's not a soft start, nothing. But what it is it maintains the voltage to the refrigerator. It's steady 120 volts. So if the line voltage goes down, it just kind of uses the transformer tap and brings it back up. If the voltage goes too high, it just reduces the voltage to the refrigerator using an electromechanical switching mechanism. Some have power boost options that also software is electronics as well. So that's another idea. But I haven't seen one of those in a while because I haven't been getting any more of the APC catalogs because APC was bought out by somebody else. So,
well, do you know if there's a PC Richards by you or nearby?
No. There's an FT Richards jewelry store down the road, but I don't think the jewelry store is what you're talking about. Okay. It's...
Well, I'll look them up too. I'll do a little research on them.
Yeah.
You know what you could do? You know what you should do would help me out? Measure sometime during the day. Measure the width and the height of it.
Yeah.
And just give me an idea.
I definitely think a refrigerator was in the bigger size ones. It's not the small little ones. It's not super big. Maybe it might be the standard 16.1 cubic foot.
Does it have cabinets above it?
No, it does not.
Okay. So in other words, you got the height there if you need it.
I have to measure. I can measure when my measuring tape.
Yeah, measure it the height and the width and the depth.
Yeah.
And then send me a text and I'll look around because I have a PC Richards card, credit card, which if there's a PC Richards there, they deliver it and take the old one away.
You know what I could do is if you want, since I think I know the store you're talking about, they sell used appliances, right? Why don't I get your refrigerator model number and then you can see if they have that one in stock? It's a good refrigerator. Okay. It's not a bad refrigerator at all. I think it's been, like, anything that's been running for this many years in a row certainly deserves at least, I do wish that, those insulation blankets they used to sell for water heaters? I was partially kind of joking about this, but I was also partially being serious when it was really hot. Is why don't you take one of those fiberglass insulation packages? Paul wants to come on real quick here. Yes, Paul. Why don't you get one of those water heater blankets and then put it around the refrigerator? And that way it'll provide the extra insulation to keep more of the cold air inside.
Let Jimmy take care of this. Craig doesn't need to be.
No, I know. Jimmy can take care of this. I agree with you.
Craig, this is Jimmy's problem. Don't you know, you've done more than enough, Craig. This is just becoming a little bit gross now.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy can take care of it. Michelle's gonna see him tomorrow. She can bring it up to him. Jimmy can get a new one.
I already have talked to
Michelle doesn't need a brand new refrigerator.
I already have left messages about the refrigerator.
Craig, don't worry about it, man. You've done way too much for Michelle. And for her to just sit here and ask you to get her a refrigerator, that's a bit much.
No, she wasn't asking. I offered, but I understand.
I mean, you don't want to enable her at this point. You know, she's got to learn how to take care of some things for herself here. And yeah, it's Jimmy's problem, man. He'll get a new refrigerator. Don't even worry about it, dude. That's just a bit much. It's just a bit much.
They're not that expensive, you know.
Yeah, Jimmy can get a new one. I mean, you know, I wouldn't worry about it, man. But you just got to take care of yourself and Denise. And, you know, Michelle's just complaining and bitching as she always does. Her refrigerator's fine. The door, you know, opens and closes. It's still running. I mean, she, you know.
I just had an idea. Oh, no.
Just kind of makes a mountain out of a molehill sometimes, you know.
What was it that, oh my God,
day,
Pibbles and Man Mum used to say, yabba dabba doozy. I just thought of something awesome. I got a tap and die set. What would happen if I threaded that pin partially and then put a nut on the end?
There you go. Yeah, so Michelle wants to fix it anyway. She doesn't even really care about getting a new one. She just wants to fix this one anyway, so.
Yeah, I know. She's a fixer person.
Yeah, so I won't worry about it, man. Enjoy your day, you know. Don't worry about, you know, doing research.
Yeah.
About, enjoy your day, Craig.
Well, right now, Lisa's holding up. The pin's staying in place.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what matters.
Works still. Yeah,
but I still think there might be something wrong with the compressor, but that's something I can't fix because I'm not an HVAC tech, so I'm not even going to try. Sometimes the refrigerator, the compressor, I wonder if the capacitors, the start and run capacitors might be drying out. Those I can replace if they're external, but if they're internal to the compressor, unless I want to get R11 or R14 spraying in my face, I'm not going to be able to change those out. But
well, they all come with the R134 now.
Yeah, well, no, they're actually coming out with R290 and R600 now. They're using propane and butane as refrigerant, many of them.
Yeah, well, stay on Jimmy's tail.
Yeah, let's ask him tomorrow about it, Michelle, and I'm sure he can get it figured out for you.
Well, right now the door's holding fine because I fixed it for now, so it's been fixed. It's been holding up since for about all weekend. So I've been checking the pin, make sure
you
it's
can get them really cheap on Craigslist. $50. $5. Yeah, you can just get them really cheap on Craigslist.
Well, that's what Ed does. That's what Jimmy does. He buys cheap old refrigerators from used furniture stores and things like that. And I want to feel Krista's legs in silk stockings. I don't know how she would feel about that. But the point is that right now, we, as I showed earlier on the channel, Craig, we are starting to grow. We are starting to see some growth in some things and some lack of growth in other things. But the morning shows have been doing good. We are having a night show on Saturday. I do not know about Friday because the weather is kind of up in the air. You know, no pun intended. It's kind of up in the air. There's just like, let me show you guys.
Yeah.
Let me put some numbers up here. I showed this
earlier. Yeah, you heard the numbers to us, Michelle, already. About 5-10 minutes ago, we went over the weather. I don't think there's really a need to go over it again, you know.
This here is the watch time, view hours.
Oh, we're going over these numbers.
And you'll see it's on the rise. Let me refresh this. It looks like it's a little bit out of date already.
Good. Good. I'm glad it's going up and not down.
So we're still doing pretty good. I mean, I'm not seeing too bad. The subscriber count, we did suffer a slight loss, but now we're starting to rebound again. The audience is the most important number. Is we're seeing stable growth on returning subs, but stable growth on new subs. I'm going to say for the next few days is that the new subs are going to stay between 11 and 13 people. And I say probably by today's numbers come in, we'll probably have a returning subs of about 85. That's what I'm predicting is going to happen.
Good. Good.
As far as the number of views coming in,
Okay.
then I think that's a good thing. You know.
So I'll talk to you later, Paul.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, your mic is a little quiet there, Craig. You said you're taking off?
all right. I'm going to say bye. I got another call.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah. All right, Paul. I'm going to talk to you later, so people know that there indeed will be a Saturday night show. I do not know about Friday night, but I do know there will be one on Saturday. So he left. Okay. All right. Leave call for everybody. Boom. Okay. So that's the story with that. So right now the refrigerator is holding up. I don't think we have a problem at this point. I didn't expect to go into a major talk about that. Well, actually, I'm not really too much into kissing, honestly. I'm more like I keep my arm's length from people as far as relationship. Yeah, I know he does. And I agree that, yes, Craig, I mean, that landlord can certainly afford to call up Lowe's and get a refrigerator. But he's such a tightwad, he won't do that. He'll buy a second-hand one from Craigslist before he goes anywhere else. Which I think is kind of stupid, but oh well, what are you gonna do? You know, that's just my land for you. He's a cheap ass. Alright, so appreciate everybody coming on and staying on a lot longer than expected. It's 1:14 in the afternoon. It's still gonna be pretty mild, although it's gonna be warm today. But it's not going to be too bad. So get out there if you can do something with your time. Be productive. You know, get out and play for an hour a day if you can. As far as the night show, maybe if things get really bad enough, I might do a night show one day out on the porch. But I'll be honest, I don't know how I would deal with the phone calls, but that's another story altogether for another time. But for now, I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye, burgers. This is like a 16-inch grinder. Hope you're hungry because you're going to be eating a lot of it. No. I don't need them. Why would I want to have to put money
Well,
into
I know you don't need it. Well, because you might want a big whopper.
These are the real deal, baby. These are real.
But would you wouldn't want, you've seen Rosie's. I mean, they're massive.
I know. I know. But then again, we also see, like, people that got those things. What happens is after you get to be a certain age, everything sags. And of course, we have the tools of trade, the Afane, the calendar, the clapper. Let's call the spirits back real quick.
Receive. Fight.
That's how we take care of those pests.
Ow! Oh, that's gonna hurt. All right. And thank you very much for watching. Stay out of trouble, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, normal time. Yep.